Monday, June the 22nd. Today, full of barriers. How long the Manitoba government has to implement the recommendations to better support those living with disabilities in the province. Also today, a generous man, a late Métis Ojibwe playwright's board game collection, was able to meet its new owners thanks to his children. Plus, the National Indigenous Peoples Day celebration. Powwows, Bannock Babes, drag, brunch, and other cultural experiences were part of the annual festivities on Sunday. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. Happy Monday to you. Yesterday, of course, was the official first day of summer. And so today, throughout the show, we're kicking off summer. That is our theme throughout the day. We're going to find out all kinds of summer fun things that you need to keep in mind, whether it's decorating your backyard, if you're hosting a barbecue or a fun backyard party, and the kind of wines you want to sip this summer long as well. So we're going to have that throughout the morning. And Ainsley is also live in Beausejour this morning at the Pioneer Village Museum. We're going to find out more about that throughout the morning as well. But yesterday was a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, even a little bit of heat, but it was a perfect day.
That's right, Rochelle, and we're actually going to be getting some more warmth. I know we've all been waiting for those seasonal temperatures. They're continuing to unfold. However, there's a good amount of instability unfolding across parts of the province, and we will be joining the party in due time. Right now, though, it's looking lovely and calm out there, 12 degrees. Decently cloudy to kick us off on this Monday, on this week. Winds are out of the north-northeast at 6 clicks. The pressure is rising. Humidity sitting at just 89%. So yes, I told you about some instability. I don't need to really point out where it's at. You can really see that big, large system there moving into southwestern Manitoba, bringing rainfall. You can see scattered thunderstorms there. Could be a good amount of rainfall, specifically about 5 to 10 millimeters by overnight in and around Brandon, Neepawa, Dauphin, while sorry, I have a little hair on my nose that's bothering me. We too in Winnipeg could be dealing with that as well into tomorrow. So in effect, there is a special weather statement warning about that incoming rainfall for those areas in southwestern Manitoba, including Brandon, Portage La Prairie, Riding Mountain National Park. But look for that to be updated to rainfall warnings throughout the day as the system approaches. Our Futurecast shows us a better sense of this. It's almost arcing in and around Saskatchewan into the southwest, and as the day progresses, it does start to build and push up further into the north and spread, but it does really seem to shift mostly its power into Saskatchewan, but that second gasp of it coming overnight, and that's when we start to see that possibility as well. About 5 to 10 millimeters could be coming overnight to the southwest, and maybe another 10 to us in Winnipeg tomorrow before finally tapering off into Wednesday. Temperatures, though, decent. 21 degrees today, 17 under that rainfall, and we rebound nicely when the sunshine returns midweek.
Thank you, Catherine. There are growing calls for a major overhaul of Manitoba's disability support system following a new report. CTV's Alex Carpo with the changes advocates want to see happen.
For Tyson Sylvester, this has been a journey that has lasted nearly a decade.
It's just like a whirlwind of emotion, you know.
Sylvester is blind and lives with cerebral palsy. In 2016, he filed a human rights complaint against the Manitoba government alleging discrimination. Now, a report that began from a settlement he was part of paints a stark picture of the province's adult disability support system.
We all deserve the same dignity and to live a full life, no matter what the disability is.
The report highlights several systemic barriers and includes 13 recommendations, including a new disability support system, increasing disability income to reflect the high cost of living, developing a housing strategy to build more accessible units, and providing equal access to health and mental services. The Manitoba government now has 6 months to propose a plan to implement these measures.
We're not talking about the edges here. We're not talking about navigational help. We're talking better resources, better systems.
Charlene and Keith Hampton's daughter Amelia lived with cerebral palsy and was nonverbal. She was also part of the human rights complaint in 2016, but passed away in 2024. While Charlene is happy to see the report released, she says the real work begins now.
The way it is now, we have to blow it all up and start over because this isn't working.
For Sylvester, the goal isn't special treatment, rather a future where those with disabilities can have a better quality of life.
We all deserve equal access to everything, really. Like, we're all human in the end.
Alex Carper, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Beyond words, now to actions. That was the message of the day as Canadian Forces Base Winnipeg hosted its first ever Indigenous Reconciliation Gathering. The event was in partnership with several Indigenous organizations, including Southern Chiefs Organization, the Manitoba Métis Federation, and the Manitoba Inuit Association. Live music, Indigenous vendors, and the Forces displays were there to bridge the military and Indigenous communities. Several Indigenous members and veterans of the Forces were also there. Deputy Wing Commander Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Van Tyne says he hopes to bring reconciliation into action.
We're hoping that people will see that we are serious about it, we're committed. A large portion of, I think, what we believe is that you show commitment through actions, not just words. So this is our actions and our commitment that we are committed towards reconciliation, and we take the 94 calls to action very seriously, and this is how we're trying to get after call to action 57.
Van Tyne said the event was initially planned for 2025 but had to be postponed due to wildfires. He thanked the 200 volunteers who worked on the event. Breaking news this morning out of the UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is stepping down.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
Prime Minister Starmer says he has spoken to King Charles about his decision. He also said he will support whoever takes over his role. It was only 2 years ago that Keir Starmer led the Labour Party back to 10 Downing Street, but his support slipped over broken promises and policy U-turns. Then came the local election losses and cabinet resignations. Nominations for Labour leadership opens July 9th, but it may not be much of a race. Former Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham will be sworn in as an MP today after winning a by-election last week. He is seen as the clear front-runner to win the Labour leadership. Keir Starmer says he will stay on until his replacement is chosen. That's expected to happen before Parliament returns in September. Whoever takes over will become the UK's 7th Prime Minister since the Brexit vote 10 years ago. People living in Montreal's West Island are cleaning up from major flooding over the weekend.
All the possessions, like my son's bedroom is in the basement. Everything in this bedroom has to be replaced once again.
Heavy rain came down on Saturday, leading to flash flooding. Hundreds of homes were left damaged. At one point, 21,000 customers were without power. Water was ankle deep at one grocery store, and some drivers were left stranded. Some scary moments for a pregnant woman when she got stuck in her car and calling out for help as the water rose.
She's shivering, she's cold, hypothermia, right? I knocked the door, nobody's home. I grabbed some pillows that were on chairs.
She was rescued and is said to be doing well. There was also heavy rain on Saturday in parts of South Shore and Laval. The Turtle River burst its banks, leading to road closures. The ground is saturated with water and more rain possible later this week. A late Métis Ojibwe playwright's board game collection was able to meet its new owners thanks to his children. Ian Ross, best known as Joe from Winnipeg, died in November 2025 at the age of 57. Ian was a collector of board games for about 30 years and organized the Winnipeg Board Game Club. On Saturday, his children, Julia and Chris, held the Ian Ross board game sale at Lord Roberts Community Centre. Hundreds of games were up for sale, with a lineup at the community centre before it opened. Julia says it was great to see people finding their new games.
If my dad saw how many people were just so thrilled and just saw how many people were just in awe of how many games he had, it would just make him so happy. It would fill his heart. He was such a generous man, and he gave so much, and he would have loved to have seen other people finding deals and just, finding their games.
Julia adds she wanted to make sure people could find their games for a good price, as her dad was a hunter for deals too. Get ready to explore Cordon Avenue this summer on foot. Downtown Winnipeg Biz is launching a new initiative called Open Cordon Little Italy, which will transform the area between Lilac Street and Daly Street into a car-free zone on Sundays during the season. Pedestrians will be able to walk right down the center of the avenue and explore all the shops and spots that make the area special. Restaurants, cafes, and lounges will be able to stretch out their patios into the street, offering patrons even more open-air dining options. There will also be curated street experiences, including interactive public art installations, pop-up surprises, and floral displays lining the sidewalk. The fun officially kicks off on July the 5th and runs through till September 6th. Here's a look at what's happening now. Traffic at Confusion Corner, still quite light starting off this Monday morning. Beautiful start to the day so far. If you see any issues, let us know, please. Let's go now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live in Beauce Shore this morning. You're exploring the Pioneer Village Museum. Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning. A beautiful morning so far, and I feel like we're on a movie set taking you back to the 1900s, and they're doing awesome stuff here in Beauce Shore to preserve its history. Pioneers coming in from Ukraine, Poland, and Germany. You're taking a look at everything from an old schoolhouse, a log house, and even an old fire truck behind me. On Friday, that's when it officially opens, and then following that, later on, there's a pancake breakfast. We're going to be learning on later in the show about a tractor pull as well. I'm surprised after so many days doing this, I haven't actually seen a live tractor pull. So they're not going to do it for us, but it'll be cool to hear about.
It will be. All right, thank you. Let's go out to the rooftop now where Catherine Dow is this morning, and the sun is shining bright.
It's beautiful out here, Rochelle. Really mild, really pleasant. Still a couple clouds lingering, so it's not a terribly bright start to the day, although it is rising in my eyes, so maybe I've just contradicted myself a bit. It's 12 degrees out here. The winds are pretty light. Pressure was rising. Humidity sitting at 88%. So yes, let's start to the north. And it's very uncomplicated there in such a lovely way. So much sunshine on the way for you. Temperatures finally at seasonal. That's peaking in the low 20s for much of you. And some light winds. So just a very calm, very sunny, very lovely, purely summer day. So you have that to look forward to. For us here in Winnipeg, much the same. More of a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures all throughout not only Winnipeg, but the Red River Valley. Peaking in the low 20s for us here in Winnipeg. That's a high of 21 when 24 is what's typical. The complicated area today, though, is the southwest, where there is a special weather statement in effect. Environment and Climate Change Canada warns heavy rainfall that is likely to begin today. Could amount to accumulations between today and Tuesday of 10 to 40 millimeters. So look for that to begin today with that risk of thunderstorms. Meanwhile, we here in Winnipeg likely not immune either. We're likely to get some rainfall tomorrow, another 10 millimeters for us, continuing on before we brighten up nicely into Wednesday with more sunshine. I'm going to head inside, but we've got so much more Your Morning Winnipeg still to come on this Monday. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Weather is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Same-day oil and tire changes.
Good morning. A 26-year-old man is dead after a confrontation with Winnipeg police early Friday morning. Officers were responding to a domestic call in St. Vital where they were told a suspect was armed with an edged weapon. Police shot the suspect, who later died in hospital, and the entire incident may have been captured on a newly equipped body camera. CTV's Jeff Keel explains.
This is a neighbor's video of emergency personnel loading a patient into an ambulance after an officer shot a suspect during a domestic incident call in St. Vital early Friday morning. A 26-year-old man is dead.
That's scary. It's scary. It used to be so quiet around here. That's why we moved out here.
It's scary. Yeah, it's really scary.
The Independent Investigation Unit has taken over the probe. The IIU says around 1:28 a.m., police responded to this apartment complex on Morrow Avenue. A woman who was home with 4 children told police her boyfriend was fighting with her. She had a bruised face and requested an ambulance. She said there was a history of violence with the man and she had a protective order from the courts. The IIU also says the woman reported the man had an edged weapon.
Initial information indicated that an adult male suspect was violent, armed with a weapon, and that children were present in the residence.
The IIU says 3 minutes later, the man, armed with a weapon, confronted officers. One of them fired their gun. The suspect was taken to Health Sciences Center but later died.
Our officers do not come to work at the start of their day planning to take a life.
A week and a half ago, 40 Winnipeg police officers started wearing cameras as part of a pilot project. And it appears the program may be getting its first big test. Police say one of the officers at this shooting was equipped with a body camera. The video evidence will be used as part of the IIU's investigation.
Body-worn camera footage can help provide context and transparency, but the video captured by the body-worn camera is just one piece of evidence.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Chief Bauer says the officers involved have been provided support through the service's behavioral health unit and are off work as per protocol. The chief also said they're exploring supports for the woman and children involved. Bauer says he reached out to Indigenous leaders as this incident involved Indigenous people. The chief says there will be an inquest at some point, and if the video is part of the record at that inquest, it could become public. If you're on the wait list for a hip or knee replacement, there's the possibility you could be getting in faster than you thought. The Manitoba government is adding 200 hip and knee replacement surgeries across the province this year. The additional surgeries build on the expansion of care capacity at Selkirk Regional Health Centre, which already completed 800 of those surgeries this year. The move is intended to reduce surgical backlogs and help residents receive care closer to home.
We're going to make sure that Manitobans can get this care in a timely way. We're going to make sure that we're meaningfully driving down, reducing those wait lists. We're going to make sure that Manitobans, no matter where they are finally getting the care that they deserve.
Patients will continue to be prioritized through the province's centralized surgical waitlist system. A record 7,056 surgeries were completed in Manitoba last year, and nearly 70% of joint replacements are being performed as outpatient procedures. The National Indigenous Peoples Day celebration took over the Forks. Powwows, Bannock Babes, drag brunch, and other cultural experiences were part of the annual festivities Sunday. It's part of the 11-day-long Many Nations One Heartbeat celebration, which will honor several treaties until Canada Day.
It is so special. The Forks, as people know, has been a meeting place for thousands and thousands of years, and it's great to be able to celebrate the cultures and the history that came before us.
This year marks the 30th National Indigenous Peoples Day, which was proclaimed in Canada in 1996. Coinciding with Father's Day this year, Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew said in a statement, quote, "Just as our parents pass on parts of themselves, previous generations passed on languages, cultural traditions, and treaties that continue to shape Manitoba today." Prime Minister Mark Carney marked National Indigenous Peoples Day with a visit to the Nanaimo Museum in BC. Carney was joined by community leaders for a tour of exhibits honoring local First Nations. Events were also held across the country to celebrate the day that coincides with the summer solstice. Thousands gathered at the ancient circle of Stonehenge on Sunday to mark the summer solstice, cheering as the sun rose over the ancient stone circle. As daylight broke, crowds danced, played music, and briefly touched the stones. The annual summer solstice event, marking the longest day of the year, drew about 20,000 people who stayed up overnight to watch the sunrise. We have some road closures to remind you about this morning on Fermor Avenue. One of two westbound left turn lanes will be closed between St. Mary's Road and St. Anne's Road. On Wellington Crescent, the westbound curb lane will be closed from Academy to Harrow Street, and the southbound median and middle lanes on King Edward Street will be closed from Wellington to Sargent. If you have any other traffic tips you want to share with us, please send us a text at 10400.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
Casting our eye to the sky, a little bit overcast to kick off our Monday, but that sunshine is going to be heading our way today through Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley. It's 12 degrees, some light winds, barometric pressure is rising, humidity sitting at 88%. So yes, we've got a little bit of everything going on today weather-wise in the province, but we're all starting off on a very similar note in terms of our temperatures. Let me scooch out of the way so you all can see. 11 degrees in Morden and Winkler and Brandon, 12 in Dauphin and Swan River. Coolest area by far is Fisher Branch. To the north, temperatures akin to what we're seeing here. In fact, finally, your temperatures are also going to be very similar in terms of your daytime highs and will be closer to seasonal, which has been a far cry for a little while. 10 degrees in Lynn Lake, 9 in Churchill, 7 in Thompson, 9 in Island Lake and the Paw. However, we are casting our eye to our radar now, showing a good possibility, a strong chance, if you will, of this system here, likely to bring a good amount of rainfall today. So Environment and Climate Change Canada predicts it's coming to in and around the Brandon, Dauphin, Swan River area today, Nipoa, before making its way to Winnipeg overnight. With it, there's a special weather alert in effect, a special weather statement for these areas lit up. Brandon, Portage La Prairie, Riding Mountain National Park. In and around today and tomorrow, you could be getting upwards of 10 to 40 millimeters worth of rainfall. Winnipeg, too, will be getting wet into tomorrow, as mentioned. Today, though, pleasant, 16 as kids head to class, 19 as they take lunch, 21 as they they head home. That is also our high for today. 24 is what's typical. Overnight, temperatures dipping down to 13, and tomorrow with that rainfall and thunderstorm activity, temperatures take a dive to 17. Gorgeous shot taken in Bird River. Thank you so much to Tanya for sending it in. And if you have any weather pictures to come, you can email them to the address on your screen.
Well, it's time to see our sports team moment now. These are the under-9 Fisher Branch Flyers from Arborg. Sarah says they always have smiles on their faces, support each other, and even if they only score a few goals each game, they cheer like they won the biggest game of their lives. So proud of them. Thank you for sharing this with us, Sarah. And if you want to participate into this contest, tell us about your most memorable fun team moment. Attach a picture, and you will be entered the draw to win a $100 Chicken Chef gift card with draws every week. Head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form with your answer and your picture. Good luck.
Your Manitoba sports team moment brought to you by Chicken Chef, where memories are made.
When Jonathan Toews hits the ice at Canada Life Centre in front of a roaring crowd of Winnipeg Jets fans last year, no one knew we were watching the first act of his farewell tour. Here's CTV's Daniel Homerson with a look back on the legendary career of Captain Sirius.
Jonathan Toews' hockey career was defined by stepping up in the biggest moments. But now, he's skating away from the sport after 16 NHL seasons.
I guess in a way, I kind of feel prepared for this moment. More nervous than I thought I would be.
Toews is retiring with a surefire Hall of Fame resume. And on Friday, he thanked teammates, coaches, management, family, friends, and fans for helping make that happen.
I realize it's a privilege to be standing up here to say goodbye to the game of hockey.
On the international stage, he played on 2 Olympic gold medal winning teams. And before that, put on a heroic performance at the World Juniors.
I'm going in that shootout, I remember that, and kept going and kept scoring. It was so impressive.
But it was in the Windy City where Toews cemented his legacy. Captain Sirius led the Chicago Blackhawks to 3 Stanley Cup championships in 15 seasons.
If I can remember some of the feelings that stood out, it's almost like it doesn't feel real.
Toews took 2 years off from playing to deal with long COVID-related health issues, but he triumphantly returned for the 2025-26 season with his hometown Winnipeg Jets.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to live out my dream of pulling on that Jet sweater.
Toews suited up in all 82 games for the Jets, scoring 11 goals and adding 18 assists, but admitted Friday the grind took its toll.
I think a big part of this decision was just putting my health first and putting my standard of life first.
Jets captain Adam Lowry says Toews will go down as one of the best two-way centers the game's ever seen.
He did it all. He's a winner. He's a leader. I think if you look back on his career, that's kind of the thing that sticks out.
And Jets co-owner Mark Chipman says Toews' greatness transcends what he did on the ice.
Jonathan, you made the game better because you made everyone around you better, and it took it to another level.
And in his final big moment, Toews says he wouldn't have it any other way.
Someone told me that we'd be standing here today and this is how my career would go out. I would have signed up for that 100 times over.
Daniel Homerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
To our day, but in due time we're going to be getting plenty of sunshine in Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley. It is 12 degrees with some pretty light northeasterly winds. Pressure on the rise this hour, and the humidity is at 88%. So yes, well, we'll be dealing with sunshine. Good amount of rain heading the way of the southwest. You can see there's a special weather statement in effect for those areas lit up in gray. That includes Brandon, Portage La Prairie, the Riding Mountain National Park region, not us here yet. So So with this, a good chance of rainfall today and thunderstorm activity, but the reason for the alert is because the amount, there could be anywhere between 10 to 40 millimeters coming, particularly on Tuesday is when the heaviest rainfall is expected. So all in that period of rainfall expected to be today into Wednesday. We in Winnipeg, though, are exempt for now. 21 degrees is our high, 24 is what's typical. Winds will be ramping up slightly out of the southeast at 15 kilometers per hour under that mix of sun and cloud. Overnight tonight, temperatures dipping down to 13 degrees with mainly cloudy skies, winds staying light. And then into tomorrow, that's when we also are likely to get a little bit soggy. 17 degrees with that major dip in temperatures with rain and thunderstorm activity. Could be 5 to 10, even upwards to 20 millimeters coming our way by the time Wednesday rolls around. But with it, as we do get a good dumping of that rainfall, we do start to clear out nicely already by Wednesday to the tune of a high of 21 degrees with the mix of sun and cloud. And then we are up and away in terms of our temperatures. 25 degrees on Thursday and Friday. Friday, though, we're ending on a cloudy note with 22, and Sunday, excuse me, looks to be a stormy one as well, with some instability coming our way and another high of 22 degrees.
Thank you, Catherine. Is your house number facing your back lane? The city has been issuing far more citations this year than any of the past 5 years. According to data provided by the city, 955 citations have been issued so far this year. That's compared to anywhere between 285 and 818 each year since 2022. The city says its seasonal staff usually look for issues like long grass and weeds, but because of the cool temperatures and slow growing season, they've had more time to look for other infractions. If a homeowner doesn't put their number up after being issued a citation, fines are $200 for individuals and $400 for corporations. According to the city's livability bylaw, properties adjacent to a back lane must attach the number to a building, fence, or other structure so it's clearly visible. A longtime city councillor has decided to not seek re-election. John Orlico, who spent 17 years representing River Heights, Fort Garry, made the announcement Friday. In a statement, Orlico says it's been an honor serving in elected office, and now it's time for a new adventure. Over the years, he served as deputy mayor and chair of various committees, including community services and property development. Prior to his first municipal election victory in 2009, Orlico served 10 years as a trustee for the Winnipeg School Division. Several members of the Prime Minister's cabinet are in Tokyo, joining a record number of Canadian executives on a trade mission. CTV's Judy Trin gives us a look at this massive Team Canada approach.
In the land of the rising sun, a Team Canada trade mission is attracting 175 Canadian companies to Tokyo, all eager to expand into the Japanese market. Helping to pave the way, Industry Minister Melanie Joly, Defense Minister David McGuinty, and Meninder Sidhu, the minister responsible for international trade.
But real opportunities in energy, in critical minerals, in defense, in artificial intelligence. So there's a complementary nature to our relationship.
Japan is the third largest investor in Canada. There was more than $35 billion of goods traded between the two nations last year. But Mark Carney's embrace of China, Japan's biggest regional competitor, is clouding the outlook. In particular, the decision to remove nearly all tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles in exchange for the lowering of Chinese tariffs on canola and seafood. Once the deal expires at the end of the year, there's concern from some analysts China will demand more access for EVs and other goods at the expense of Japan.
It is a trusted partner. It is a G7 member. It is a fellow democracy with whom we have important strategic relationship. And we cannot jeopardize that relationship because we're trying to pursue diversification with China, a partner that has consistently shown itself to be unreliable, to use coercion against us and other democracies.
Over the next few days, Ministers Joly and Sidhu will meet with government officials and stakeholders at Toyota and Honda to discuss their concerns, while Minister McGuinty will pitch how Canadian technology can help keep Japan safe.
Statistics Canada will release its latest inflation reading today. It'll cover the month of May, when economists say oil prices were at their peak during the U.S.-Iran war.
Given that, the gasoline prices at the time across the country were in the mid $1.90s. And so that's going to show up in the figures as a pretty significant increase over last year's values. And as a result, we're likely to see inflation come in around 3%.
Economists say the real question will be how much other prices have been impacted by soaring energy prices. The Bank of Canada has said there's been limited evidence of those costs being passed through so far. Transcona's CN 2747 celebrated its 100th anniversary over the weekend. 2, 3, CN! Officially, the historic steam locomotive turned 100 years old in April, but Transcona Museum decided to throw a celebration in summer when the weather is better. That's exactly what happened. Face painting, a community barbecue, and more took over the Rotary Heritage Park on Saturday. The museum's curator thanked the community for supporting the preservation work.
It was the first steam locomotive built by CN in Western Canada, and it was the first of 33 steam locomotives built here in Transcona. So very special to the community, but also it was donated to Transcona by CN, donated to the Kiwanis Club as a representative of the importance of the railway to the community. So the fact that we still have it, the fact that we've been working hard to repair it, to preserve it for future generations, I think that means a lot.
Alana Herrera says they'll keep working on it so it can be there for its 200th anniversary. Here's a look outside now at Portage Avenue at Polo Park. Things are moving quite well starting off this Monday morning. And the sun is up and looks beautiful out there as well. Here's a look now at your gas prices. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.52. It was $1.55 Friday. And the lowest price in the city is $1.42. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
Ainsley is live in Beausejour this morning visiting the Pioneer Village Museum. They are officially opening up on Friday for the season. We're going to tell you more what you can expect there. Stay with us.
Weather is brought to you by the Better Business Bureau. Research at bbb.org before you buy.
So if you're in Winnipeg right now and you look out your window, it's a bit of a misnomer as to the day ahead because it's a little bit cloudy, slightly cool, but we do have a lot of sunshine and a good amount of warmth heading our way. It's currently, though, 12 degrees and those winds are pretty light out of the northeast at 6 clicks. Pressure is rising, humidity sitting at 88%. So yes, for us here in Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley, sunshine or a mix of sun and cloud for us here in Winnipeg. Temperatures peaking in the low 20s for us in Winnipeg, 21 degrees. Much the same in the north. Beautiful clear sunny skies in the northeast. A little bit more cloud coverage to the northwest. Temperatures similar in the low 20s with some very light winds. The outlier here, but not for long, is the southwest. You know there's a good amount of rainfall headed your way. Environment and Climate Change Canada has issued a special weather statement warning anywhere between 10 to 40 millimeters could fall between now and Tuesday. And for us here in Winnipeg, we're likely to see that system roll in overnight, bringing good dumping of precipitation to us tomorrow. So grab those umbrellas, Manitoba. Meanwhile, our own Ainsley McPhail is headed down to the Pioneer Village Museum in Beausejour. Good morning, Ainsley.
Yeah, good morning. Beautiful day for it, Catherine. Brad's joining us now, the main guy behind it all. Thank you for joining us today. Tell us about the museum, because it's truly stellar to see all of these buildings come together.
So a little bit about our museum here. Obviously, we're in Beausejour. That's number one. Museum has been established since 1972, so we've been around for quite a while. We're kind of heading off the beaten path here, so you don't normally know about us that way, but our big thing here at the museum is kind of preserving the history of the surrounding area of Beausejour and the Armor Broken. So I believe we have 15 different buildings here in total that kind of stretch from early 1900s all the way up to, I believe, the 1950s, give or take, depending where the buildings were in town and what they were used for. Yeah, just to kind of preserve those buildings, kind of show a little bit of history about the community and everything like that, as well as different artifacts. A bunch of our buildings are packed with a bunch of different smaller artifacts, bigger artifacts. Either they were used in the area or people just, figured someplace for them to come to so people could see them in the future. We also have a bunch of old antique tractors, trucks, some old type of machinery as well, so plows, thresh machines, everything like that. So kind of try and preserve as much as we can here to kind of show it to the next generation, because I know one way that I look at it is once a lot of this stuff is gone, it's gone forever, right? So if we don't try to preserve it and keep it going to pass it down to the next generation, then it's not going to be there, right? So, and it's history. For a lot of people, especially in the area here, a lot of people are farmers. They grew up with it, whether it was great-grandparents that came over to settle in this area to kind of start a new future, whether it was coming from Poland or Ukraine or wherever they were coming from. To pick here to kind of start their journey in life is pretty awesome, and to kind of have some of their history to show the next generation is pretty cool.
And they have us chatting about it now. How great is that? You can come for a pancake breakfast too. Who knew? Coming up on Canada Day and Friday, that's when it all kicks off.
Here's a look at the early markets. The Dow Jones had small losses. The Nasdaq is flat. The S&P index is down 12 points. The Canadian dollar decreased, set to 70.58 cents U.S. Overseas, the Hang Seng lost 156 points, and the Nikkei jumped 1,103. Good morning. It is 6:46. Some concerning stats in the fight against zebra mussels. Half of the vehicles stopped as part of an inspection blitz last month failed. 136 vehicles carrying 167 watercraft were stopped as part of the operation, which happened on Highway 1 near the Manitoba-Ontario border during the last weekend of May. Of those watercraft, officials say 99 were compliant, while the rest were not properly cleaned, drained, or dried. 14 required decontamination, and 1 had visible zebra mussels. The Department of Fisheries and Oceans says those violating the legislation can face steep fines, including a maximum $100,000 fine for a first offense. An iconic trail in Whiteshell Provincial Park has officially reopened after devastating fire swept through the area last year. The province says the Mantario Trail, which straddles the border between our province and Ontario, is now open after some significant restoration work. It included clearing the entire 64-kilometer trail, along with campsites and portages, installing hundreds of new trail markers, and constructing a dozen new log bridges. Manitoba Parks partnered with the South Whiteshell Trail Association and a group of nearly 24 volunteers to get the job done. The first round of talks between U.S. and Iran seem to have wrapped up on a positive note. Mediators say the talks have made encouraging progress. Iran's foreign minister says sanctions on his country's oil have been waived and some of its frozen assets released. Plus, in a joint statement early this morning, Qatar and Pakistan say a high-level committee has agreed to a roadmap toward reaching a final deal within 60 days. The talks began on Sunday in Switzerland after last week's initial agreement between the U.S. and Iran. Things got off to a shaky start after U.S. President Donald Trump angered Iran's top negotiator by threatening to renew military action. Technical talks will now continue throughout the week. Fighting between Israel and Hezbollah has been a key obstacle to a deal. Iran says ending that conflict will be the deal's first real test. As for oil prices, they're edging lower with optimism over the U.S.-Iran negotiations. Oil prices fell as talks over ending the Iran war progressed. Brent crude was trading 1.4% lower to sit at $79.42 per barrel. It was at roughly $70 a barrel before the start of the war in late February. The union representing nearly 19,000 Canadian auto workers will start major labor negotiations today. Talks between Unifor and Detroit's 3 automakers will begin with Ford in Toronto today. The talks come as their collective agreements are set to expire on September 20th. Talks with Stellantis and General Motors are expected to follow. Unifor National President Lena Payne says there were several reasons for starting with Ford, including the fact that Ford has maintained a Canadian footprint as the industry changes. Unifor says job security is paramount right now, with nearly 6,500 jobs lost in the sector since February 2025. The Manitoba Marathon took over Winnipeg on Sunday.
As long as we can run, we will do this every year.
Every year. That's Ming Di Zhao and Bo Wang, who have been running the marathon for the last 7 years. A record 14,000 runners left Princess Auto Stadium Sunday morning. They participated in races of several lengths, including a full marathon, half, relay, 10K, and 5K. Several stations were also set up along the race course to cheer the participants. Calgary-based Nageso Twos was the first at the finish line after 2 hours and 18 minutes and 50 seconds. Burton Cummings has seen it all during his career, but this left him speechless.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, that's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what to say.
The legendary rocker was reacting to a portrait made from bottle caps. It was the work of Calgary artist Jeff Maziris, who specializes in bottle cap art. This piece took more than 3,700 bottle caps. It was a labor of love for Jeff. Cummings is one of his musical heroes. We have some road closures to remind you about this morning on Fermor Avenue. One of 2 westbound left turn lanes will be closed between St. Mary's Road and St. Anne's Road. On Wellington Crescent, the westbound curb lane will be closed from Academy to Harrow Street, and the southbound median and middle lanes on King Edward Street will be closed from Wellington to Sargent. If you see any problems out there, let us know, please.
A little bit overcast to kick off our Monday out there in Winnipeg, but we're going to be getting a good helping of sunshine. Currently, though, it's 12 degrees. Those winds pretty light out of the northeast. They're not going to be much of a factor today. Spoiler alert. The barometric pressure is on the rise and the humidity sits at 88%. So yes, much of us will be dealing with sunshine. I think you can tell the area that is not going to be. This system here pushing in from the west, bringing a very strong likelihood of some rainfall and thunderstorm activity. In fact, there is a special weather alert in effect for this area of the southwest. So that includes Brandon, Riding Mountain National Park, as far east as Portage la Prairie. Environment and Climate Change Canada warns 10 to 40 millimeters of rainfall could be coming your way between now and tomorrow. But we aren't totally immune here in Winnipeg either. Details on that in a moment. But I mentioned sunshine, lots on the way to the northeast. Temperatures there finally at seasonal at 22 degrees in Thompson, 21 in Gillam and Island Lake. A little bit chillier in Churchill, but still sunny, a high of 13 degrees. The northwest has a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage, but very similar highs. Pretty warm in Lynn Lake at 22 degrees and Norway House, 23 degrees. The southwest, this is the region likely dealing with rainfall and thunderstorm activity. Could be a little bit of sunshine to kick off the day in Dauphin and Swan River, but from there, stormy, cloudy, and yes, very rainy. Highs there in the mid to upper teens. For us here, a mix of sun and cloud, highs in the low 20s, very light southeasterly winds, not much of a factor. And northwestern Ontario also dealing with very similar conditions, a mix of sun and cloud, highs in the low 20s. Overnight, we have a good chance of some showers, 13 degrees, and then into tomorrow, that's when we get a taste of that same system. 17 degrees with a good amount of rainfall and thunderstorm activity, maybe 10 to 20 millimeters worth of rain.
Thank you, Catherine. Let's check in now on Bo and Gabby at Bounce 99.9. Hi, you two. Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday, Rochelle. I had a lot of Father's Day fun. 6 of my grandkids, well, that's all my grandkids, in the pool yesterday. Oh. And you know how you move better in the water.
Yes.
But now that I'm back on dry land, oh my God, I'm sore this morning. I don't know. I was spitting a little bit too much exercise for me. Feel like I ran a marathon, which I did not. But you can't get bored when you've got 6 grandkids, Gabby.
You can't get bored when you have an enormous, glorious swimming pool in your backyard and you're a water baby either, Bo. That's for sure. But Rochelle, we were chatting about things you do when you're bored. What do you do when you are bored? How do you occupy yourself?
I read a lot, and I have stacks of books to prove that I'm really ambitious, and I have so many books that I have to get through, and I'm hoping to get through as many as I can this summer, if I can, on the beach perhaps, or even just in my backyard, where if I'm bored, that's where I like to hang out. It's so nice and peaceful back there. How about you guys?
I'm always reading about these people who do all these things when they're bored, and I always tell Bo, I need to go to brain camp. Like anytime I'm bored, I just start a new TV series. It's like brain rot at my house. I'm the ultimate loafer. It's like, I'm bored. I'm going to open up another family-sized bag of chips. So I'm always looking for a hobby, but sometimes I do reorganize my house. If I'm really bored, I might go clean a room, clean out some closets. I'll hang up everything that's laying around. I'll do some laundry. I'll throw out stuff. So that's at least a positive. How about you, Bo? Do you do anything else?
I'm like you, Rochelle. I love reading. Have you ever had this happen? I'm in a book right now that I'm close to the end. I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
I don't want the book to end.
I know.
It's
I hear
like,
you.
oh gosh.
And then you just hug it.
Yeah, I think as long. Yeah, and then I think now it's pretty tough to get bored with a smartphone. I think that's taken boredom out of everybody's lives one way or the other. But anyhow, it's Monday. We're not bored talking with you, so have yourself a great day.
Thank you so much, you two, you guys. A retiring teacher is spending his last year of work wearing a different costume every day. CTV's Adam Sawatsky finds out why.
For PJ Van Grinsven, those first couple weeks of high school felt overwhelming.
Every morning coming into the school was difficult.
But then the grade 9 student would start hearing a song in the distance.
That was crazy.
Before seeing a costume character dancing in the hallway.
That's something pretty special. You don't see that all the time.
But then she was told she actually would see it every day. And PJ knew everything would be okay.
It brings a lot of joy to your day.
You see, Japanese and English teacher Dale Sakayama had committed to dress in costume every school day during his final year before retiring.
I really wanted the idea of going out with a bang, not a whimper.
So, Dale organized the collection of costumes he'd amassed over his almost 30-year career to celebrate special occasions, and then spent a week finding creative ways to combine them before constructing a schedule so he could wear a different outfit for almost 200 days.
I just felt that we needed just something to jolt us out of our monotony.
And because his costumes were impossible to ignore, Dale made it possible to acknowledge every student he passed with a hello.
I wanted to make sure every kid is noticed, build that sense of community connection.
And while he hoped to hear from students that he'd fostered fun,
he's a really big joy in our school community.
And offered a lesson in the power of authenticity.
Be yourself and not let anybody judge you for who you are.
Dale never expected to see what happened during his final staff meeting.
People just started walking in. They were wearing costumes.
One after another, Dale's colleagues paraded into the room in tribute, to not just say thank you for his positive impact, but show him.
I couldn't believe it. It was just deeply affecting.
And now that he's just days away from teaching the last class of his career in costume, Dale hopes his lasting legacy is this.
Don't expect that the job is going to bring you joy. You have to bring your joy to the job.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
That's amazing. Here's a look outside now at Main and Broadway. It's moving well here, starting off this Monday morning. We're taking a break. We'll be right back with your 7 o'clock headlines. It's Monday, June 22nd. Today, Disability Report. Advocates are calling for major changes after a new report highlights barriers facing Manitobans with disabilities. Plus, Arctic Defense. Canada signs a $2.5 billion deal to strengthen surveillance in the north. And many nations, one heartbeat. How the Forks turned into a celebration of culture, music, and community this weekend. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba at 7 o'clock on your Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. Yesterday was the first day of summer, so we are taking this and kicking it off for our show. We have a theme of summer throughout the morning today. We're going to have summer wines at 7:52. We're going to talk about summer decor. If you're planning a backyard party or a barbecue, we're going to show you how to do it up so your guests are pleasantly surprised and love it. And then at 8:27, we're also going to talk about summer skincare because it changes gears a little bit from the winter care to the summer care, and we'll tell you why you need to do that and think about that as well. But it feels like summer. It felt like summer this weekend, and it's going to continue to feel like that today.
At last, yeah. You know, a lot of us have been really missing those more typical values, or typical highs, I should say. We're getting close again today. We haven't quite been making it to that 24-degree mark, which is what's normal for this time of year, but we're darn close, so that's the good news. It's 12 degrees out there, pretty overcast. It will be looking pretty sunny in due time. Winds are pretty light out of the northeast, just 6 kilometers per hour, pressure on the rise, humidity at 88% this hour. So we are tracking a system moving our way, heading into the southwest to be specific. You can see it pretty clearly there, lighting up our radar like a Christmas tree. So with it, good amount of rainfall, some scattered thunderstorm activity. You could see those little icons there. In fact, Environment and Climate Change Canada has issued a special weather statement for this area. That includes Brandon, Riding Mountain National Park, Portage Portage La Prairie. Look for that to be upgraded throughout the day to likely a rainfall warning, because anywhere from 10 to 40 millimeters could be coming your way between today and Tuesday. We're not totally exempt here in Winnipeg. Our radar shows that system there. It kind of fakes us out a little bit. So there's a little hook there. As the day progresses, it really centers around the southwest, while we stay in a mix of sun and cloud in the north, sitting pretty in those clear sunny skies. And then as the day progresses, it looks to die off a little bit, but keep an eye over the international border. Bam, there you go. It comes into overnight into our neck of the woods here in Winnipeg, still sticking with the southwest as well. So we too could be getting 10 to 20 millimeters in Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley tomorrow. And then from there, it does a good job at pushing out of the way pretty quickly into Wednesday. So that means we do have sunshine returning and our temperatures rebounding as well. 21 today. I mentioned 24 is more what's typical. We do get to that eventually. We drop off with that rainfall at 17 degrees on Tuesday, and then 21 midweek as we recover with the sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, Aaliyah, 11 years old, drew this lovely photo of a rainfall, the sunshine with shades on. Thanks for sending that in, and we want to see your child's weather art of the day. To submit it, you just got to visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, fill out the form, because your art can be shown on Your Morning Winnipeg, and it's also going to enter you into our monthly contest for a chance to win a $100 gift card from the Crockadoodle on Kenaston and Regent.
The weather art of the day is brought to you by Crockadoodle. Spend quality time with loved ones and paint memories together.
There are growing calls for a major overhaul of Manitoba's disability support system following a new report. CTV's Alex Carpa with the changes advocates want to see happen.
For Tyson Sylvester, this has been a journey that has lasted nearly a decade.
It's just like a whirlwind of emotion, you know.
Sylvester is blind and lives with cerebral palsy. In 2016, he filed a human rights complaint against the Manitoba government, alleging discrimination. Now, a report that began from a settlement he was part of paints a stark picture of the province's adult disability support system.
We all deserve the same dignity and to live a full life, no matter what the disability is.
The report highlights several systemic barriers and includes 13 recommendations, including a new disability support system, increasing disability income to reflect the high cost of living, developing a housing strategy to build more accessible units, and providing equal access to health and mental services. The Manitoba government now has 6 months to propose a plan to implement these measures.
We're not talking about the edges here. We're not talking about navigational help. We're talking better resources, better systems.
Charlene and Keith Hampton's daughter Amelia lived with cerebral palsy and was nonverbal. She was also part of the human rights complaint in 2016, but passed away in 2024. While Charlene is happy to see the report released, she says the real work begins now.
The way it is now, we have to blow it all up and start over because this isn't working.
For Sylvester, the goal isn't special treatment, rather a future where those with disabilities can have a better quality of life.
We all deserve equal access to everything, really. Like, we're all human in the end.
Alex Carpa, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Canada and Australia have reached a new agreement worth $2.5 billion advancing its Arctic defense.
This capability will significantly enhance Canada's Arctic domain awareness, detect and track air and maritime threats with much greater range, strengthen NORAD by providing earlier warning and improving continental defense, and reinforce Canada's Arctic sovereignty.
The deal allows Canada to purchase key components for its new Arctic over-the-horizon radar system from BAE Systems, Australia. It's part of a more than $6 billion investment to strengthen Canada's ability to detect and track air and maritime threats in the north. The radar network will include sites in southern Ontario and is expected to begin operating in 2029. It's also expected to create more than 2,300 jobs annually in Canada over the next 5 years. Breaking news this morning out of the UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is stepping down.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
Prime Minister Starmer says he has spoken to King Charles about his decision. He also said he will support whoever takes over his role. It was only 2 years ago that Keir Starmer led the Labour Party back to 10 Downing Street, but his support slipped over broken promises and policy U-turns. Then came the local election losses and cabinet resignations. Nominations for Labour leadership opens July 9th, but it may not be much of a race. Former Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham will be sworn in as an MP today after winning a by-election last week. He's seen as the clear front-runner to win the Labour leadership. Keir Starmer says he will stay on until his replacement is chosen. That's expected to happen before Parliament returns in September. Whoever takes over will become the UK's 7th Prime Minister since the Brexit vote 10 years ago. The National Indigenous Peoples Day celebration took over the Forks. Powwows, Bannock Babes drag brunch, and other cultural experiences were part of the annual festivities on Sunday. It's part of the 11-day-long Many Nations One Heartbeat celebration, which will honor several treaties until Canada Day.
It is so special. The Forks, as people know, has been a meeting place for thousands and thousands of years, and it's great to be able to celebrate the cultures and the history that came before us.
This year marks the 30th National Indigenous Peoples Day, which was proclaimed in Canada in 1996. Coinciding with Father's Day this year, Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew said in a statement, quote, "Just as our parents pass on parts of themselves, previous generations passed on languages, cultural traditions, and treaties that continue to shape Manitoba today." Get ready to explore Cordon Avenue this summer on foot. Downtown Winnipeg Biz is launching a new initiative called Open Cordon Little Italy, which will transform the area between Lilac Street and Daly Street into a car-free zone on Sundays during the season. Pedestrians will be able to walk right down the center of the avenue and explore all the shops and spots that make the area special. Restaurants, cafes, and lounges will be able to stretch out their patios into the street, offering patrons even more open-air dining options. There will also be curated street experiences, including interactive public art installations, pop-up surprises, and floral displays lining the sidewalk. The fun officially kicks off on July 5th and runs through September the 6th. Here's a look now at the current traffic situation along McPhillips Street. Things are moving quite well starting off this Monday morning. If you encounter any problems out on your drive, please send us a text to let us know.
Canada and Australia have agreed to terms on a $2.5 billion deal that will see the federal government purchase a new Arctic over-the-horizon radar system. The project is part of a more than $6 billion investment to strengthen Canada's ability to detect and track air and maritime threats in the north. The radar network will include sites in southern Ontario and is expected to begin operating in 2029. Canada's Secretary of State for Defence Procurement, Stephen Fuhr, says BAE Systems Australia will work with Canadian companies to develop the Canadian system. And the union for nearly 19,000 Canadian auto workers is kicking off contract talks today with Ford. It's the first of the Detroit 3 automakers to sit down to try to hammer out new collective agreements with Unifor. Current deals are set to expire in September. The latest round of bargaining comes during difficult conditions for the sector as it copes with U.S. tariffs, uncertainty linked to the future of CUSMA, and the introduction of Chinese electric vehicles into Canada. Those are your morning business headlines for BNN Bloomberg. I'm Matt Scooby.
Let's go back now to the Pioneer Village Museum, where our Ainsley McPhail is live this morning. It looks like a great spot to explore with the family. Good morning.
Oh, and they got a tractor pull coming up. I'm not gonna lie to you. We stopped at a local coffee shop for a second, and I saw one of these. I thought, oh, that's so cool. I'd love to go to a tractor pull. And then I looked down, and it says it's at the Pioneer Heritage Museum. I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna be back there in about 30 seconds. Let's talk about that. They had 25 entries last year with a major cash prize, and it's all happening at the Pioneer Heritage Museum. We're coming up at 7:42, we're going to learn all about what it takes from the experts to do these things. And I knew it was going to get loud. I just didn't know exactly when. You got to come to the museum, too. There's a pancake breakfast coming up as well on Canada Day. Friday, it officially opens. So if you want to just come and explore, that's the time to do it. Stay with us.
Looks like
it's moving.
It's moving, indeed. All right, thank you, Ainsley. We'll check in a little later. Let's go out to the rooftop now. It looks like a beautiful start out there.
It is, yes. There is a little bit of cloud activity here, Rochelle, but it's starting to move out of the way, making way for some lovely sunshine. It's 12 degrees with some lighter winds. The barometric pressure is rising. Humidity sitting at 88%. So, yes, lots of sunshine on the way for 75% of the province. That includes the north, where you'll deal with clear skies in the northeast, a mix of sun and cloud in the northwest. Temperatures throughout, peaking in the low 20s, and you haven't been breaching that mark for a couple days, so that's the good news. And it's been going to be paired with some pretty light winds. For us here in Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley, more of a mix of sun and cloud, also light winds. Temperatures for us at 21 degrees in Winnipeg, 24 is what's typical, and most areas will be feeling similar highs as well. Then we've got the outlier, the southwest. You know there's a good chance of some rainfall and thunderstorm activity for you this morning and lasting all the way into Tuesday. In fact, there's a special weather statement in effect from Environment and Climate Change Canada, because anywhere from 10 to 40 millimeters can be coming your way, with the broadest, highest accumulations expected in the southwest and the parklands. So be sure to grab those umbrellas and keep them handy.
Weather is brought to you by Blinds Are Beautiful. Our new Hunter Douglas showroom is at 900 Lorimer.
It's time now for our question of the day. We want to know, what are your summer plans? Are you starting a new activity, traveling, gardening, renovations? Share with us what you're up to this summer. You can text your answer to 10400. Make sure to follow the automated instructions so we can feature your response. And don't forget to include your name, please.
Question of the day, brought to you by Provivo, Manitoba's #1 cool sculpting clinic. Science-backed body contouring.
That's Your Morning Winnipeg. We're all about celebrating your amazing pets, whether they're furry, feathered, or scaly. Your Pet of the Week submissions are amazing. We want more. Whether it's dogs, cats, birds, or any other pet pals, send them our way. Drop your pet photos and a fun little story about them to petoftheweek@ctv.ca, and then catch us every Thursday to find out if your pet is our Pet of the Week on Your Morning Winnipeg. All right, here's a look outside now at Taché Avenue. Things are moving well over here, but it looks like the sky is clouding over. We're taking a break. We'll be back right after this. Good morning. If you're on the wait list for a hip or knee replacement, there's a possibility you could be getting it faster than you thought. The Manitoba government is adding 200 hip and knee replacement surgeries across the province this year. The additional surgeries build on the expansion of care capacity at Selkirk Regional Health Centre, which already completed 800 of those surgeries this year. The move is intended to reduce surgical backlogs and help residents receive care closer to home.
We're going to make sure that Manitobans can get this care in a timely way. We're going to make sure that we're meaningfully driving down, reducing those wait lists. We're going to make sure that Manitobans, no matter where they are finally getting the care that they deserve.
Patients will continue to be prioritized through the province's centralized surgical waitlist system. A record 7,056 surgeries were completed in Manitoba last year, and nearly 70% of joint replacements are being performed as outpatient procedures. A late Métis Ojibwe playwright's board game collection was able to meet its new owners thanks to his children. Ian Ross, best known as Joe from Winnipeg, died in November 2025 at the age of 57. Ian was a collector of board games for about 30 years and organized the Winnipeg Board Game Club. On Saturday, his children Julia and Chris held the Ian Ross board game sale at Lord Roberts Community Centre. Hundreds of games were up for sale, with a lineup at the community centre before it opened. Julia says it was great to see people finding their new games.
If my dad saw how many people were just so thrilled and just saw how many people were just in awe of how many games he had, it would just make him so happy. It would fill his heart. He was such a generous man, and he gave so much, and he would have loved to have seen other people finding deals and just, finding their games.
Julia adds she wanted to make sure people could find their games for a good price, as her dad was a hunter for deals too. Yesterday was summer solstice, the longest day of the year, and it was also a day to celebrate the giraffe. World Giraffe Day is an annual event held to raise awareness and critical funds for conservation. It's hosted by the Giraffe Conservation Foundation to highlight the significant challenges giraffes face in the wild. It's also celebrated at zoos around the world, including the one in Toronto. Taking a look now at the current traffic situation along Osborne Street. Things are moving well here, but we do have a traffic alert to tell you about. The northbound Pembina Highway to eastbound Abinogi-Mi'kmaq exit ramp will be fully closed until August 3rd. A detour along Bison Drive in Waverley is in place to accommodate traffic affected in that area. If you have any other traffic tips to share with us, please send us a text at 10400.
Traffic is brought to you by Curtis Carpets, Manitoba's flooring experts.
The Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra's movie season kicks off this fall, and it's bound to leave you shaken, not stirred. The WSO will be performing the BAFTA-winning original score for Skyfall alongside a live viewing of the Daniel Craig film. There are 2 shows set for October 2nd and 3rd. Other films in this season's concert series include How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Barbie the Movie, and The Wizard of Oz. You can find more information and tickets by visiting WSO.ca. Moviegoers were in the mood to play this weekend. The newest Toy Story movie scored big at the weekend box office.
Needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
More than 30 years after the first title in the franchise, Toy Story 5 brought in $160 million US across North America. That's the biggest opening weekend for any movie so far this year. Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day slid to second with $17 million in ticket sales, while Obsession refused to let go of its spot on the podium, finishing third with $14.2 million. The hype around this video game is only growing with pre-orders starting this week. The company behind Grand Theft Auto 6 released the official cover art and announced pre-orders for the game will officially begin this Thursday. The game is locked in for a November release date, but fans are still waiting for the next trailer. Some believe it could drop this week along with the pre-orders. Coming up tonight on your primetime lineup, Sullivan's Crossing starts things off at 7. And American Ninja Warrior is on at 8. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
I got my Toy Story tickets for tonight, folks. I'll tell you what I think tomorrow. Alrighty, you know what I think about this weather? I think it's a 10 out of 10. Although it's a little bit cloudy to start us off, it's still nice and pleasant with that current condition of 12 degrees. Very light winds as well, which I like because it doesn't mess up my hair. And those the barometric pressure on the rise, humidity at 88%. Yeah, the winds are going to be kind of a non-factor today, but our heat, that will finally be getting up to areas very similar to what we saw on the weekend and more typical to what's a seasonal high for this time of year. So to give you an idea, 24 is what's typical. We're already starting off decent. Let me move out of the frame so you can all see. 13 degrees in Swan River and Dauphin, 10 in Fisher Branch. Downright balmy in Gimli at 16 degrees. It is 13 over in northwestern Ontario in Kenora. Similar temperatures currently unfolding across the north. 11 in Churchill, 12 in Lynn Lake and Thompson. Same goes for the Paw. Over in Island Lake, 11 degrees this hour. So we're keeping an eye on this system, bringing a strong likelihood of some rainfall and thunderstorm activity. You can see those little scattered icons there all throughout southwestern Manitoba. In fact, there's a special weather alert in effect from Environment to Climate Change Canada. It warns that areas of the southwest and the parklands could get anywhere from 10 to 40 millimeters of rainfall today and tomorrow. For us here, though, we're going to be staying dry today. There's the operative word. 16 as kids head to class, 19 as they take lunch, 21 as they head home. That's also our high for today. Overnight temperatures dipping down to 13, and then tomorrow we join in on the fun. 17 degrees with scattered rainfall and thunderstorms, maybe a 10 to 20 millimeters coming our way before we clear out nicely into Wednesday with a high of 21. Lovely photo taken by Tanya in Bird River. The clouds reflected beautifully there in the river. Just lovely to see. Thanks for sending that in. And if you have any weather pictures to share, we would love to see them. Email them to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
June 22nd, 1714. The Quebec Act was passed by the British Parliament, establishing French civil law and the British system of criminal law in Quebec. As well, Roman Catholics were to have religious freedom. It also enlarged the province's borders to include Newfoundland and territory south of the Great Lakes. June 22nd, 2007. Canada's first ever F5 tornado touched down in Ely, Manitoba, carving a path of destruction more than 6 kilometers long and 300 meters wide. Miraculously, there were no fatalities despite winds of up to 400 kilometers an hour. June 22nd, 2009. The Eastman Kodak Company announced it was retiring Kodachrome print film because of declining customer demand in an increasingly digital age. The world's first commercially successful color film, immortalized in song by Paul Simon, spent 74 years in Kodak's portfolio of products. For many seniors, isolation can be a silent daily struggle. Those living alone don't always have a reason to leave the house or see a familiar face. But as CTV's Maria Saru shows us, one library on Prince Edward Island is offering not just books, but companionship to encourage connection.
A hand of crib hits the table at the Seniors Cafe in the Charlottetown Library. For Noreen Hannes and others, it's a chance to step out of the house.
I live alone, it gets lonesome, and I always find friends here.
If cards aren't the draw, there's still something for everyone at the monthly meetup. Christine Young is making cornhole look easy.
I'm just finishing work a couple of years ago, so I want something to do, and I like activity, I like games, sports.
After the games, the seniors move to the kitchen for fruit and other snacks. Library technician Jillian Mahan says having company can help keep negative thoughts from spiraling.
A lot of it really is a chance to get out and socialize and meet other people in a safe and welcoming environment.
The need for connection reaches beyond this room. More than half of Canadians aged 50 or older experience loneliness, according to a report released by the National Institute on Aging this year. As the afternoon wraps up, the goal is for connections to keep going, and Hannes is hoping one friend will soon walk through the doors.
I'm looking forward to seeing if I can meet Denise again. We had a grand time talking.
For the first time, the Seniors Cafe will keep running through the summer. It'll be back here at the Charlottetown Library next month, giving Islanders another chance to get out, gather, and spend time together. Maria Saru, CTV News, Charlottetown.
Coming up, we're learning all about the Pioneer Village Museum in Beausejour. They have a lot of beautiful artifacts there and specimens. We're going to find out more on what you can learn with your family. Stay with us. Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live in Beausejour this morning, checking out the Pioneer Village Museum. Good morning, Ainsley.
We're inside the general store right now, and it is so cool. It's so neat to have a blast from the past. Various eras as well. The Reeves joining us, Brad Saluk. Thank you for joining us. I know you have a busy schedule, but this is a cool place. Kind of give our audience an overview if they haven't been.
Well, you know, if you come and walk into the store, you look at the heritage from days gone by, and you know, whether you're old or young, you look at the, just for instance, bingo cards, 3 for 35 cents, and what things cost back in the days and what things cost today. So it's very good for us to work with the museum to preserve this heritage, so that young and old see what people were faced with in the days from the past. And even myself, I've traveled through different museums across Manitoba, and we have a little jewel here in Beausejour with all the people that work in this museum and what they're doing to preserve the heritage of Beausejour Brokenhead.
Of course, and it takes volunteers, it takes hard work. For the people who haven't been, maybe even heck, maybe there's someone in Beausejour who hasn't been, we got to get them out here. But for the people who haven't, what would you want to say to them?
Come out in August for the Heritage Days. Year after year, everybody comes here, and I see more and more different faces and more younger faces coming here to just see what heritage is all about. Even myself, like when you walk through the old school or the general store, it's just how people lived back in the day. And you know, they talk about the good old days. I don't really think they were that good, but it's definitely a different way of life back then to what we have now. We have people complain about this, that, and the other thing, but when you see what people had to live with back in the past, there's really nothing to complain about today.
We're almost out of time, but there's 15 buildings. We're in one of them. Tell us about your favorite. Or your favorite little spa. Do you have any?
I think the best spot is the blacksmith shop, because myself being a farmer as well, I go to the local shop many times, and I see how people can fabricate and do things, and how they did stuff back in the day is totally amazing. So I think, you know, if you have an opportunity to come to Beausejour, please stop in at the museum. It's worth your while to walk around and see all the buildings of the past.
I'm going to have to educate myself a little bit more. Maybe I'll move on for 7:42.
Okay, thank you, Ainsley. And if you're going to go outside, today's the day to do it, because the rain is moving in.
I was going to say, some people like walking in the rain, but not when there's thunderstorms. That's not advisable. That is, in fact, dangerous. But yes, take a stroll outside today, because it is lovely. 12 degrees out there right now, and if you don't like the heat, this is a good time to get out there. It's a lot more mild. It's a lot milder. There's the word I'm looking for. My grandfather's rolling over in his grave. Winds are out of the north. The barometric pressure is rising. Humidity sitting at 88%. Yes, good amount of sunshine on the way for 75% 50% of the province. You can see what area is not looking to be soaking up that vitamin D today. Good amount of rainfall and thunderstorm activity headed to the southwest, in and around the Parkland region as well. In fact, a special weather statement has been issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada, likely to be upgraded to a rainfall warning later on today. It says about 10 to 40 millimeters could be coming your way between now and Tuesday. But we're not immune either in Winnipeg. So while we got some sunshine today, we are also going to be dealing with some rainfall in the coming days. Details on that in a moment. But let's enjoy the here and now. 21 degrees, lovely. 24 is technically what's typical, but it's all semantics. It's still going to be lovely as we're finally feeling more like summer out there. Winds ramping up slightly out of the southeast under that mix of sun and cloud. Overnight, partly cloudy skies, or mainly cloudy skies, excuse me. 13 degrees as those winds stay pretty light out of the southeast. And then into tomorrow, that's when we're likely to get that rainfall, just a high of 17 degrees, so below seasonal. Wind shifting out of the east and picking up at 30 kilometers per hour. It's looking, however, like that rainfall and thunderstorm activity does taper off overnight Wednesday, so it's a quick little blip. And then we're back to the races at 21 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, and even warmer into the back half of the week.
Thank you, Catherine. A recording taken by police body cam may play a role in the investigation of a Winnipeg police-involved fatal shooting early Friday morning.
Initial information indicated that an adult male suspect was violent, armed with a weapon, and that children were present in the residence.
A 26-year-old man is dead after a confrontation with Winnipeg police early Friday morning. Officers were responding to a domestic call in St. Vital, where they were told a suspect was armed with an edged weapon. Police shot the suspect, who later died in hospital. The Independent Investigation Unit has taken over the investigation. A week and a half ago, 40 Winnipeg police officers started wearing cameras as part of a pilot project, and it appears the program may be getting its first big test. Police say one of the officers at this shooting was equipped with a body camera. The video evidence will be used as part of the IIU's investigation.
Body-worn camera footage can help provide context and transparency, but the video captured by the body-worn camera is just one piece of evidence.
Chief Bowers says the officers involved have been provided support through the service's behavioral health unit and are off work as per protocol. The chief also said they're exploring supports for the woman and children involved. The chief says there will be an inquest at some point, and if the video is part of the record at that inquest, it could become public. A longtime city councillor has decided to not seek re-election. John Orlico spent 17 years representing River Heights, Fort Garry, made the announcement Friday. In a statement, Orlico says it's been an honor serving in elected office, and now it's time for a new adventure. Over the years, he served as deputy mayor and chair of various committees, including community services and property development. Prior to his first municipal election victory in 2009, Orlico served 10 years as a trustee for the Winnipeg School Division. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is calling out a joint plan by the federal and BC governments aimed at boosting the development of more homes in British Columbia.
He wants to privatize the profit and socialize the losses. In other words, make you pay the price. This is a transfer of wealth by Mark Carney. It is a transfer of wealth from the have-nots to the have-yachts, who Mark Carney wants to bail out.
The plan involves several things, including the lowering of charges for housing developers and the conversion of more than 2,000 vacant condo units into affordable homes. Poilievre has slammed the plan, calling it a bailout for developers. He's calling for the cancellation of the plan and instead wants the feds to cut red tape when it comes to approving the development of homes. A record-setting number of Canadian executives are in Tokyo this week, taking part in what has become the largest Team Canada trade mission in the Indo-Pacific region.
Real opportunities in energy, in critical minerals, in defense, in artificial intelligence. So there's a complementary nature to our relationship.
Nearly 300 people representing 175 Canadian companies are there, hoping to forge new partnerships. Industry Minister Mélanie Joly is also there, along with Defense Minister David McGuinty and Minister of International Trade Maninder Sidhu. Japan is the third largest investor in Canada, with more than $35 billion in goods traded between the two countries last year. Over the next few days, Ministers Joly and Sidhu will meet with government officials and executives at Toyota and Honda, and Minister McGuinty will pitch how Canadian technology can help Japan defend itself. The U.S. TSA is reminding people traveling around the country right now that they can't travel with big containers of ranch dressing. They posted on social media saying, if you're visiting for a very large sporting event and happen to discover ranch while you're here, please pack it in your checked bag on the way home. Some experts in the comments are advising people who are hoping to only have carry-on to buy powdered ranch packets instead. We have some road closures to remind you about this morning on Fermor Avenue. One of two westbound left turn lanes will be closed between St. Mary's Road and St. Anne's Road. On Wellington Crescent, the westbound curb lane will be closed from Academy to Harrow Street. The southbound median and middle lanes on King Edward Street will be closed from Wellington to Sargent, and all northbound lanes of St. John Ambulance Way between Empress Street East to Portage Avenue will be closed for water work until July 3rd. There's no access to Portage Avenue East, so please use alternate routes. If you have any other traffic tips, please send us a text. Here's a look now at your gas prices. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.52. It was $1.55 Friday. The lowest price in the city is $1.42. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
Looking outside right now, we're sitting at 12 degrees. The sun is making its way through some of those clouds. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Bit of an overcast start to our day with the sunshine starting to peek out there. 12 degrees, light winds, pressure rising. Humidity in Winnipeg at 88% this hour. Welcome back. Yes, a lot of us in store for some lovely sunshine today, but as you can see, our friends in the southwest dealing with the very strong likelihood of some rainfall and some scattered thunderstorm activity. In fact, Environment and Climate Change Canada has issued this special weather statement. All those areas lit up in gray. Likely you'll see those upgraded throughout the morning or afternoon potentially to rainfall warnings. That's because the weather agency warns anywhere from 10 to 40 millimeters could be coming your way between today and tomorrow, with the hardest hit areas in the southwest and Riding Mountain National Park. The rest of the area, though, in northern Manitoba rather, sitting pretty. Lovely clear skies, seasonal temperatures at last, 22 degrees in Thompson, little chillier in Island Lake at 21, and Gillam as well, 13 in Churchill. To the northwest, more of a mix of sun and cloud, but temperatures very similar. Norway House getting up to 23 degrees, one of the warmest spots in the province. And then to the southwest, slight chance for some sunshine to kick off the day in Swan River and Dauphin. In fact, you're already seeing it, so I'll say good chance you'll deal with some sunshine. But then the clouds, rainfall and thunderstorms expected today, maybe about 10 millimeters worth. For us here in Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley, more of a mix of sun and cloud, light winds, highs in the low 20s. Much the same headed your way in northwestern Ontario, mix of sun and cloud, temperatures there across the board at 21 degrees with the exception of Red Lake, at 20. Overnight tonight, mostly cloudy skies in Winnipeg, winds staying pretty light, temperatures dipping down to 13, and then that same system starting to move into our neck of the woods all throughout Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley. 17 degrees for us with periods of rain and thunderstorm activity. The good news is it tapers off by Wednesday, a high of 21 degrees with lots of sunshine. And from there, look at that, above seasonal temperatures at last at the back half of the work week.
Thank you, Catherine. Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who is live this morning at the Pioneer Village Museum. We've been talking about this tractor pull. We're going to hear more about that. Good morning.
Barry, you're my new best friend. Thank you. This is awesome. I don't think I know anyone even with a tractor, let alone the expert of tractor pulls. This is fantastic.
Okay, sure.
Okay, tell us about the event coming up here in Beausejour.
It's our event this is year number 2. And it's coming up in next month in July 11 is our pull date, and how it all started out was there's actually no tractor pull events in this corner of our province, I call it. So I've traveled with this particular unit here. I've traveled to Toulon, Manitoba, Winkler, Manitoba, Kevlar, North Dakota, and this year we want to go into Mountain, North Dakota for a 2-day event there. Wow. So it's kind of exciting, and I guess you can call it I'm knocking off my bucket list.
Beausejour?
Yeah, Beausejour. So we decided question was put to me. He says, why don't we have an event here? Mm-hmm. So I started thinking, and we have a group of members with ourselves, which we call the pull group. We have about 17, 18 members, and we get together. And we decided we should have a pull in Beausejour. So where should we have it? Well, at our Beausejour Museum. Where else? It's so we got together with the Beausejour Town Council and the municipality of Broken Head, because they have joint interests in the museum as well, eh? Mm-hmm. So we contacted the specific groups, and then we got permission to actually start an event here within the museum grounds. So the municipality helped us, and the town helped us create a pole track, which is east of us over here. And we got things going, got our paperwork out there, got our advertising out there, and our year one was a great year. Yeah. We had over 400 like the admission.
Barry, we're out of time. I'm so sorry. We only got 10 seconds. We're gonna have a coffee later and have a chat about this tractor. Okay, back to you.
Thank you, Ainsley. A new documentary is exploring the lives of Canadians with Down syndrome like never before, offering a fresh perspective and challenging the single story of the genetic condition. CTV's Jeremy Charon has more.
In this small Windsor restaurant, Ghanaian cuisine and culture is on full display. From savory pies to sweet treats, it's a family affair, and Jasmine Ankama is at the center of it all.
Brothers, sisters.
Your sister is here sometimes.
Right?
That she doesn't want anybody doing her job. It's her. I go, we're a team. We're a team. We're gonna help each other. Like, we're a team. Like, yeah, no, she really enjoys her job.
24-year-old Jazzy lives with Down syndrome and does not let that slow her down.
She likes to do things herself. She doesn't want help, you know, and she'll tell you right away, I'll do it myself. And she'll keep trying until she gets it. And that's what we do, because, like, I'm going, okay, no special treatment here. Yeah, we're a big family, work full time. So we've always encouraged her to do things by herself. Who do you work with?
Tessa, DJ, Mom.
Independence and inclusion is what Jazzy has always pushed for, and it's the message she's looking to share in a new documentary. Unified Voices follows Jazzy's story along with 5 other Canadians living with Down syndrome.
It's meant to maybe demystify any assumption that people might have that a diagnosis of Down syndrome plays out in life exactly the same way, right?
Filmmaker Moses Latigo Odida hopes to show that every person living with the genetic condition has their own story, shaped by culture, geography, race, language, and community.
To have a fairer view, to have a more realistic view of the complexity of a demographic of the population that they otherwise wouldn't, right? So it's an opportunity for education.
These individuals are part of their community. They have a rich life, and we wanted to showcase them.
A showcase on the big screen that here in Windsor has brought pride and joy.
It's beyond anything that we ever thought she was going to do.
And serves as an important reminder.
And all they need is love. And we all do. We all need love.
Jeremy Sherrill, CTV News.
Let's see who's celebrating a milestone today. Happy birthday and best wishes, Bev, your mom to Matthew, Cuckoo to Avery, and sister to all your siblings. Happy first birthday, Connor. Love mom, dad, Dominic, and Emilia. Happy 30th anniversary, Brenda, with love from your husband, Doug. And a happy 43rd birthday, Latoya. Love from your family. To submit your milestone, visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form at least 2 days in advance.
Weather is brought to you by ABC Fire and Safety, your CO2 refill store.
It is officially summer, but we're still a little officially off the mark for typical values for this time of year. By that, I mean we're getting up to 21 degrees. The average high is more 24, but we're doing much better than last year, so we can feel good about that one. But let me tell you, since I've been here in the last 10 minutes up on the rooftop, it has gotten significantly warmer, significantly sunnier, finally starting to give us a real sense of what today will feel like in Winnipeg and much of this Red River Valley. It's 12 degrees out here, pretty light northerly winds, pressure rising, humidity sitting at 88%. The sun right in my eyes. But yes, we're going to be dealing with a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures in Winnipeg, I just showed you, are high, and that's going to be very similar throughout the Red River Valley, the low 20s. Northern Manitoba, lovely day ahead for you. In the northeast, clear sunny skies, and the northwest, maybe a little bit more of cloud coverage, but temperatures there very similar to what we'll see here, low 20s with some light winds. The outlier here is the southwest. They already know it. Good chance of some rainfall and thunderstorm activity. In fact, there is a special weather statement in effect that'll likely upgrade to a rainfall warning. That's because about 10 to 40 millimeters could be coming your way between now and Tuesday night. So be sure to grab those umbrellas. Temperatures there in the upper teens. For us here in Winnipeg, we'll deal with overnight clouds, and then tomorrow we'll likely get in on the action. We'll see with some rainfall and thunderstorm activity as temperatures take a dip.
Thank you, Catherine. The Winnipeg Folk Festival is on the horizon, and we have a contest for you. Icelandic indie band of Monsters and Men will be one of the top headliners. Father John Misty will also make his festival debut. The 51st edition runs July 9th to the 12th out at Birds Hill Park, and we're giving away 4 tickets for all days of the festival. To enter, head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and don't forget to enter the keyword happy. Good luck. It was an historic night at BC Place in Vancouver. Egypt won their first ever FIFA World Cup match.
Here is Salah cutting in from that right wing. Plays the 1-2, gets it back, and Mo Salah scores for Egypt.
This goal from Mohamed Salah made it 2-1 for Egypt. The team went on to beat New Zealand 3-1. Egypt now leads Group G with 4 points. BC Place saw another sellout with more than 52,000 fans filling the stadium for its 3rd straight full house. When the days get hotter, our tastes in wine change during the summer months. We look for different flavors and tastes that better suit our patio vibes. And we are kicking off our summer with some great ideas for summer wines with Raina from the Porium. Good morning, Raina.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. You always bring it big, and so I'm excited to get started with all the different wines you have. But why is it that when it gets warmer outside, things kind of change for us? We just don't want the same wines.
We don't, because, I mean, it's warmer. We're warmer. We're not looking for, you know, warm and cozy vibes. We're looking for crisp and fresh vibes.
Right, and so that's why we lighten it up with either some bubblies, or what are things that are perfect for our palates at this time of year?
Well, we're finding that, you know, bubblies always work.
Yeah.
You know, that has been a trend, we thought, but now it's just a thing. Everybody wants bubblies because it becomes something crisp and fresh, but it also can go into cocktails.
Okay, so you can mix it up
mimosas.
with mimosas are big.
Yep.
And it's also, I think for me personally, it's just having that champagne glass in my hand. It makes it feel a little bit more special, right?
Well, and the bubbles, they tickle your nose when you take a sip.
Yeah.
It's all about the experience.
Okay, so you brought a few different options for us. We're going to start off with rosés, because typically this is also a busy time for the rosé palette.
It absolutely is. We have extended our rosé portfolio exponentially, and French rosés tend to be what people are looking for. So I brought a selection. We are seeing, because we're snacking on charcuterie, it pairs up with everything. Watermelon and rosé is delicious.
Ooh.
You know, we're even finding people are putting ice in their rosé.
And that's okay.
That is okay. It's actually called a thing. It's rosé piscine. It was originated in like Saint-Tropez, and they keep it all nice and fresh and crisp and clean. Also, it lowers the alcohol content. Not everybody wants to drink, you know, a higher alcohol. So if you put a little bit of ice on it, it dilutes it, and you can have it crisp and clean and less alcohol.
And it still tastes good.
It still tastes delicious. Rosés are, you know, crisp and orangey and citrusy and, you know, red fruit. It's delicious.
Now, with rosés, are they typically dry or on the sweeter side?
You know, typically, I remember them as being sweet back when I was younger.
Yes.
But now that when you look at a rosé, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be a drier rosé.
Okay, which I'm okay with.
Yes.
I prefer that. But we don't want to say goodbye to those reds either. Some reds are really, they do a good job in the summer.
Absolutely. We actually have something new in the store. This is Small Gully's new wine. It's Bluge.
Bluge.
Bluge is a combination of Blanc et Rouge.
Oh.
And so what this is, it is white grape rootstock grafted with a red grape. So you have Semillon rootstock with a Malbec grape, and it is fresh and clean. You refrigerate it. You have it nice and cold in a big old glass.
Okay, and so this, you'd want this in the fridge, and it has to be really cold or just sort of slightly chilled?
I would keep it in the fridge, and I would take it out about 15 minutes before I'm going to serve it.
Okay.
When we talk about serving wine at room temperature, we're talking about cellar rooms, not your living room or your kitchen. So having it nice and chilled is lovely.
So even any red at any time of year should have a little bit of a chill to it. I like that idea. Okay, bubblies are huge.
Bubblies are huge.
Many of them are sweet, some are dry. What are we looking for this summer?
This summer, it's all about Prosecco and Cavas and all of the fun little bubbles that you can make mimosas. We were just at Brunch Fest pouring mimosas this past weekend, and we find that people are just experimenting different. You know, they're putting grapefruit juice, they're putting orange juice, they're putting different flavors in there to make cocktails. And
very nice. And they were almost out of time already, but these are the non-alcoholic, which is a nice option to have.
It is a trend for lower alcohol consumption, and we heard you. So we have a lot of ready to drinks. We have regular wine and spirits, but all of these as well.
Raina, thank you so much for this.
No problem.
Here's a look outside now at the St. James Bridge. Things are moving well here. We're taking a break. We'll be right back after this. It's Monday, June 22nd, Manitoba Adult Disability Report, where the deficiencies are and what measures are recommended to address and overcome systemic barriers. Cause for optimism. Despite little progress, initially talks aimed at ending the conflict between the U.S. and Iran wrapped up the weekend on something of a high note. And celebrating Transcona's transportation heritage, the community comes together to mark the 100-year milestone for this historic locomotive. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Manitoba, it's 8 o'clock on your Monday. We are celebrating the arrival of summer. Of course, yesterday was summer solstice, so we're kicking off the summer with all kinds of what you need to know to get ready for this season, including some decor if you're having a party, and we're also going to talk about skincare because that changes at this time of year compared to what you do for the winter time, and then summer books. If you're looking for a really good beach read, we have McNally Robinson joining us to tell us what are some of the hottest books this season. But if you want hot and you want beach, today's a good day to do it, but it's going to change a little bit.
Yeah, we got it. Something in the works coming overnight to us in Winnipeg, earlier in the southwest. Details on that in a moment. But yes, not a bad beach day. Looking lovely out there already, 12 degrees. It is overcast out there. The winds, they are pretty light. It looks like the barometric pressure, it is on the rise. And then in terms of our humidity, we are sitting at 88%. Sorry, folks, you could sense I was having a delay there because I had an issue with my graphics. I was drawing it out. But yes, as we take a look at our radar, there we go. This is what we were talking about here. This system likely bringing a good chance of some rainfall or thunderstorm activity to areas of the southwest today. In fact, there is a special weather statement in effect by Environment and Climate Change Canada warning anywhere from 10 to 40 millimeters of rainfall could be coming your way. The time frame between today and Tuesday, and those areas hardest hit likely to be in the southwest and in the parklands as well. Look for this to be upgraded likely to a rainfall warning later on this morning. Here's the culprit there. It's kind of arcing in there from Saskatchewan, moving all the way down there to the southwest already on Monday morning. It sort of swirls, but continuing to spread some scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorm activity. And then it sort of looks like it's tapering off and leaving us. But overnight tonight, you see the tail end there intensify and move up over the international border, bringing with it rainfall and thunderstorm activity to our neck of the woods tomorrow. It swirls all throughout the day onto Wednesday, and then from there it's looking to taper off by the morning, setting the stage for more sunshine. Our temperatures are going to be kind of all over the place as we contend with that. 21 degrees today, dropping to 17 by Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud back up to 21 degrees, even warmer in the days to come. Your weather art of the day, Aaliyah's already in that summer mood. A lovely picture of a rainbow, some cloud, sunshine. Really talented 11-year-old. And meanwhile, we want to see some more photos, some more weather art. So to submit your child's, you can visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form, because your art can be shown on Your Morning Winnipeg, but it is also going to enter you into our monthly contest for a chance to win a $100 gift card from Crockadoodle at the Kenniston and Regent locations.
The weather art of the day is brought to you by Crockadoodle. Spend quality time with loved ones and paint memories together.
There are growing calls for a major overhaul of Manitoba's disability support system following a new report.
We all deserve the same dignity and to live a full life, no matter what the disability is.
Tyson Sylvester is blind and lives with cerebral palsy. In 2016, he filed a human rights complaint against the Manitoba government alleging discrimination. And now a report that began from a settlement he was part of paints a stark picture of the province's adult disability support system. The report highlights several systemic barriers and also includes 13 recommendations, including a new disability support system, increasing disability income to reflect the high cost of living, developing a housing strategy to build more accessible units, and providing equal access to health and mental services.
We're not talking about the edges here. We're not talking about navigational help. We're talking better resources, better systems.
The Manitoba government now has 6 months to propose a plan to implement these measures. Is your house number facing your back lane? The city has been issuing far more citations this year than any of the past 5 years. According to data provided by the city, 955 citations have been issued so far this year. That's compared to anywhere between 285 and 818 each year since 2022. The city says its seasonal staff usually look for issues like long grass and weeds, but because of the cool temperatures and slow growing season, they've had more time to look for other infractions. If a homeowner doesn't put their number up after being issued a citation, fines are $200 for individuals and $400 for corporations. According to the city's livability bylaw, properties adjacent to a back lane must attach the number to a building, fence, or other structure so it's clearly visible. The union representing nearly 19,000 Canadian auto workers will start major labor negotiations today. Talks between Unifor and Detroit's 3 automakers will begin with Ford in Toronto today. The talks come as their collective agreements are set to expire on September 20th. Talks with Stellantis and General Motors are expected to follow. Unifor National President Lana Payne says there were several reasons for starting with Ford, including the fact that Ford has maintained a Canadian footprint as the industry changes. Unifor says job security is paramount right now, with nearly 6,500 jobs lost in the sector since February 2025. U.S. President J.D. Vance, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says technical teams will now take over talks between U.S. and Iran after a successful day of talks yesterday.
This is not a deal that the United States is imposing on the region. This is a deal that the region has desperately asked the United States to put in place. Obviously, the headlines have been very focused about what's been going on between the United States and Iran, but this region has been a basket case for a very long time.
Vance is now leaving Switzerland, saying the negotiating teams made, quote, a lot of good progress. Earlier, a joint statement announced that the two sides agreed to a roadmap toward reaching a final deal within 60 days. The talks in Switzerland got off to a shaky start yesterday after U.S. President Donald Trump angered Iran's top negotiator by threatening to renew military action. Fighting between Israel and Hezbollah remains a key issue in this deal. Iran says ending that conflict will be the deal's first real test. An iconic trail in the White Shell Provincial Park has officially reopened after devastating fires swept through the area last year. The province says the Mantario Trail, which straddles the border between our province and Ontario, is now open after some significant restoration work. Manitoba Parks partnered with the South White Shell Trail Association and a group of nearly 24 volunteers to get the job done. Transcona's CN 2747 celebrated its 100th anniversary over the weekend. 2, 3, CN! Officially, the historic steam locomotive turned 100 years old in April, but Transcona Museum decided to throw a celebration in the summer when the weather is better. That's exactly what happened. Face painting, a community barbecue, and more took over the Rotary Heritage Park on Saturday. The museum's curator thanked the community for supporting the preservation work.
It was the first steam locomotive built by CN in Western Canada, and it was the first of 33 steam locomotives built here in Transcona. So very special to the community, but also it was donated to Transcona by CN, donated to the Kiwanis Club as a representative of the importance of the railway to the community. So the fact that we still have it, the fact that we've been working hard to repair it, to preserve it for future generations, I think that means a lot.
Alana Herrera says they'll keep working on it so it can be there for its 200th anniversary. Here's a look outside now, what's going on the Norwood Bridge. Things are moving well over here. We have no issues in this part of the city to tell you about. If you encounter any problems, though, please send us a text to let us know.
Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. No appointment needed.
Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who's hanging out in Beausejour this morning. Hi.
Hi, the Heritage Museum here is absolutely stunning. I feel like I'm on a movie set, but it's not the only thing you can do in Beausejour. It's Mayor Ray Sherrill joins us now to tell us all about it. Every month, it seems, you guys have an event.
Yeah, Beausejour's an amazing community when it comes to all our volunteers putting on events. So, I mean, we have the tractor pulls coming up here in a few weeks and the car show, and we have CPTC racing in the wintertime. We have our fall fair and egg, you know, when it comes to the rodeo. So, yeah, it doesn't matter what time of the month you basically want to go. You can have something to do here in Beausejour.
Mm-hmm. Past, present, and future. Focusing on the past, of course, at the Heritage Museum. Tell us about what people can expect walking back in time.
Yeah, I mean, this whole place is right from the original schools in our area, you know, the Brightstone Hall and stuff like that, to the old grocery stores that, you know, sat on the Park Avenue where people used to go with horse and buggy right up to the storefront. I mean, we've been able to keep all those buildings and put them here in our community, in our facility here, which is absolutely amazing. And when you walk through all the buildings, there's all kinds of memorabilia. Everything is tagged. It talks about the history. It talks about the culture, everything that's ever been known to come and stay here in Beausejour. So it's been actually wonderful.
Well, yeah, that multicultural history as well, the rich Ukrainian history. We've got the German history, the Polish history. What does it mean to the broader community as well that they're able to come and kind of look back at their grandparents and great-grandparents?
Well, I mean, it is about history, and lots of people, I hate to say it, I mean, computer systems nowadays and social networking, people just don't look at what actually got us to those positions in life. And I know myself, I walk around here, and in one of the buildings actually was my grandmother, was one of the postmasters, and so you can actually go and see the original postmaster's desk that was in the community here, and you can see all those kind of things throughout here, right from military history of the people who fought World War I and II of our community, and they were part of our community, to antique farm history. Beausejour's got a lot of farming history, which is really interesting, so you get to see right from, you know, how they make cream back then, and ice cream and all those different things, and, you know, and bread, and, you know, even right now to the old stoves. We actually have the clay stoves here, and during our heritage days, you can actually come here and get fresh made bread right in the clay stoves, right? So you can go get that, and then you go get a plate of pierogies, and then you kind of end up like I am, oversized.
Oh, man. Pancake breakfast coming up on the 4th. Beausejour.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
Pancakes, pierogies, my tummy is rumbling. But yes, Mother Nature, meanwhile, serving up a slice of delicious out there, a slice of gorgeous. 15 degrees, light winds, lots of sunshine, pressure is rising, humidity dropped to 71%. So yes, some very lovely temperatures currently unfolding, not just here in Winnipeg, as we just showed you, but all throughout really the entire province. 13 degrees in Brandon, 14 in Dauphin. Let's move out of the way. Kenora, 14 degrees. To the north, we see the Paw at 14 degrees as well. Not a lot of variation. Over in Churchill, 12 degrees this hour, and then our friends in Island Lake sitting at 12. However, we do have a bit of a spoiler coming our way of all that lovely sunshine. In fact, it's already clouding over in Dauphin in anticipation of this system here, bringing about 10 to 40 millimeters worth by Environment and Climate Change Canada's estimation of rainfall, I should say. In fact, they've issued this special weather statement. Look for it to be upgraded to a rainfall warning throughout the day. And this is likely a system that's going to be impacting you from today today until tomorrow, and we'll eventually join in as well. But first, we have a good amount of sunshine to enjoy. 16 degrees as kids head to school under that mix of sun and cloud, 19 as they take lunch, and 21 as they head home. That's also going to be our high today, with some very light winds out of the southeast. They stay pretty light as skies cloud over overnight, with temperatures dipping down to 13. And then from there, we'll likely get in on that same system that's dumping a lot of rainfall on the southwest today. With it, another 10 to 20 millimeters for us, with maybe some instability. Temperatures at 17 degrees. But let's move out of the way so you can see how nicely we warm up at the back half of the week. We're going to take a break, but if you're throwing a summer party, we've got decor inspo for you just ahead.
Canada and Australia have agreed to terms on a $2.5 billion deal that will see the federal government purchase a new Arctic over-the-horizon radar system. The project is part of a more than $6 billion investment to strengthen Canada's ability to detect and track air and maritime threats in the north. The radar network will include sites in southern Ontario and is expected to begin operating in 2029. Canada's Secretary of State for Defence Procurement, Stephen Fuhr, says BAE Systems Australia will work with Canadian companies to develop the Canadian system. And the union for nearly 19,000 Canadian auto workers is kicking off contract talks today with Ford. It's the first of the Detroit 3 automakers to sit down to try to hammer out new collective agreements with Unifor. Current deals are set to expire in September. The latest round of bargaining comes during difficult conditions for the sector as it copes with U.S. tariffs, uncertainty linked to the future of CUSMA, and the introduction of Chinese electric vehicles into Canada. Those are your morning business headlines for BNN Bloomberg. I'm Matt Scooby.
If you're hosting a backyard summer, you can elevate your gathering with decor that you'll wow your guests. It's our summer kickoff theme show, and joining us now is content creator Robin Chuby. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. You have really gone above and beyond what we were asking. This is fantastic. You have 4 different settings depending on what kind of party you're having,
you
right?
got it.
Why is it important to think about things like this when you are hosting a party in your backyard?
So the first thing that people are going to see when they come in is whatever decor you've laid out for your event. So if you're coming into something that looks really elegant, you're going to be having that kind of elegant vibe. I'm guessing the guests are going to be also dressed that way. And if you're having something casual, you don't want people to be arriving too dressed up, or vice versa. You don't want people coming to a fancy event that are going to be casual. So I like to think about the decor reflecting sort of what I've put out there to my guests that I've invited, so that everyone feels really comfortable and has a good time. So this really sets the mood. If you come in something like this, you're going to be ready for a fun, light.
Okay, so what's really trendy this year is citrus, as well as real fruit and vegetables.
Real vegetables. Pulling inspirations from nature. So here on this table, on most of the settings here, except for the one that I kept a little bit neutral, I have the tomatoes here that are set up. I've pulled the reds. We have Canada Day coming up. So this is a really fun way to tie in the Canada Day theme without being too themed on Canada Day.
These are place settings.
Yeah,
I love that so much.
I printed these on my 3D printer, and then you just pop the name inside.
So cute.
If you have them all closed, everyone could go on a little hunt to find out.
That's my spot. So I'm eating there. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is a sort of an idea of how you can do that with this sort of setting, which is very beautiful. But there are fancier ways, which you've shown here.
Yeah.
But then there's the more casual, like citrus themed.
Yeah. So again, if you find a really fun citrus tablecloth, or you could even use a sheet, you can use blankets, you can just anything that you find that sort of has a theme that you like to pull from it, some yellows, and then you can toss some lemon decor on top of it. If you don't want to go out and buy lemons or tomatoes or what have you, you can just buy the actual real fruit or the real vegetables, set them all up. You can cut some of the citrus in half and have them laid up, mix with some flowers, and then you are able to actually eat the things that you've bought to set your table with, so you don't have to store them, and it's really economical that way.
And it might actually keep the bugs away as well, because they don't really like the citrus smell as well.
You bet.
I love the little cabbage bowls that you have there. What's this theme about?
So I'm just tying in hydrangeas, which are a beautiful flower that blooms throughout the summertime, and kind of pulling that greens and elements from there. This is a little toast holder, so if you were doing a breakfast, you can incorporate basically anything. If you have candle holders, I love to say to shop your home and find decor for your tablescapes. You can pull from wherever in your house and tie them in. Pulling a little veggie detail, something like this. These are from HomeSense, really, really affordable. Throwing that on your table it just changes it so much, right? In this
the other thing that you've done, which I think is great, you've bought some new, but you've also thrifted a lot of these items.
Yes, so I thrift a ton. These dishes are thrifted, these are thrifted. I'll go around and find, as long as it's a set of 4 or a set of 6, you pick those up for, 50 cents, $1 a piece. Mix and match. You don't have to always have a table that's completely cohesive too. So if you have a bigger group coming and you have 2 sets of 6 dishes, mix and match the side plates with the large plates, alternating, and then you have a set of 12.
We almost out of time. You are offering tours, workshops this summer. You also have this book. If people want ideas, you share that as well?
You bet. So this is called Gather Together, and in this book, I have a ton of recipes and entertaining ideas to go throughout the entire year. And then on July 14th, I'm hosting a garden tour in my yard. So we have an extensive 5-acre property, and I'm going to have tons of things set up that are like this outside, so you can see plants and decor for the summer.
Ideas too while you're
got inspiration aplenty.
Robin, thank you for sharing this with us.
Thank you so much.
Happy summer.
You too.
It's certainly feeling like summer up here. Actually, so behind the scenes, I feel I should let you in on. I almost just ate it on the stairways up here and almost did a face plant. I very narrowly caught myself, so that's the good news. Otherwise, I'd be black and blue, much like the beautiful blue sky we have currently. 15 degrees, clear and sunny. Winds light out of the east, pressure rising, humidity at 71%. Yes, we have so much sunshine on the way through most of the province, a large honking caveat there. I'll get to that in a moment. Northern Manitoba, just a lovely day ahead for you after such a rainy, kind of dull week last week. You are finally reaping the rewards of this summertime. Lots of sunshine, as mentioned, mostly clear skies in the northeast, maybe more of a mix of sun and cloud in the northwest. Highs in the low 20s with some very light winds. Very similar for us here in Winnipeg and surrounding regions, a mix of sun and cloud, 21 degrees in Winnipeg with light winds. The honking big caveat I mentioned, technical weather terms, is in the southwest. Large system heading your way, likely bringing rainfall, thunderstorm activity today and tomorrow to the tune of 10 to 40 millimeters worth of rainfall. So there's a special weather statement in effect. Look for that to be upgraded to a rainfall warning throughout the day. Your Skywatch picture of the day snapped by Tanya in lovely Bird River. Looks like a stunning day there. Thanks for sending that stunning shot in. And keep your other pictures coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Weather is brought to you by Canadian Footwear, helping you find the perfect fit.
The cold winter months are over, and it's time to switch your heavy moisturizing creams for lighter, fresher skin formulas. And joining us now with advice on how to do that is skin technician Krista Brown from the Aesthetic Skin Studio. Good morning, Krista.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, last time you were here, you talked about how in the winter months you should use cream-based cleansers because your skin gets dry in the winter months.
Yes.
But now we're switching gears again because the warmer months are here. So what are we looking at for cleansers?
So typically I switch my oily clients to more of a gel cleanser.
Okay.
This is just really great at managing any oil production and getting rid of any of that buildup of sunscreen that you maybe have from reapplying.
So the gel really gets down and dirty and gets all that grit out of there.
Yes.
That's the whole point. Why do we even have to change our skin routine? What happens in the summer to our skin when it warms up?
Yeah, so obviously in the summer months it can just get a little bit more hot and humid, and just with the weather changes, people just can notice their skin changes a little bit. And then with reapplying sunscreen, again, like getting a gel cleanser, it would be really nice to like really get everything up and out.
And do you wash your face twice? Do you do it just the one time? Like how often should you wash? I hear that you have to do it at least twice, if not more.
Yeah, like I recommend morning and night. But if you are someone who is completely on the go, super active, you can switch to a skin mist throughout the day, a hypochlorous acid mist.
Really? What does that do?
That just helps refresh the skin. It reduces any acne-causing bacteria. So again, if you're someone who is super active or camping, it's a really great just skin refresh throughout the day.
Okay, so you've got your gel cleanser.
Yes.
What do you do next? What's the next thing you should do to your skin?
Yeah, so it's different for everyone. Usually I recommend a serum. A vitamin C serum is a really great option. Actually, I have here a moisturizer that has vitamin C in it. So it's a perfect 2-in-1 product if you're looking to keep things very minimal. well.
What does the vitamin C do to your skin?
It just helps brighten the skin.
And you want that look, right? It makes you look more youthful?
Yeah, radiant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you take the serum, and then what's next?
And then you apply it, and then the next step to follow is usually like a moisturizer. Typically, I want to switch my clients to a lighter moisturizer this time of year, just because, again, it's super hot and humid. So really focusing on hydrating your skin, but not having anything too heavy on the skin.
Okay, so how do you know if it's too heavy on your skin?
Usually just like the consistency, and throughout the day too, like if you notice your skin just gets like a little bit more oily or shiny throughout the day, and even if you're breaking out even more, usually it's time to switch to a lighter moisturizer.
Okay, and so do you let them sit for a bit before you go to the next step?
Yeah, you can wait like 30 seconds, maybe to a minute between products.
Okay, so then you do all that.
Yes.
You go to your moisturizing cream, and then eye cream.
Yeah.
Okay, and then SPF.
Yes, SPF is always last.
Okay, and why is that?
It's just good to have it on the surface level of your skin, just because when the UV is hitting your skin, you want that sunscreen protection on the outermost layer.
Okay.
And usually I recommend reapplying again every 2 hours or so if you're outside or by a window, and getting around a 1/4 teaspoon amount for your face of sunscreen.
So more than you think?
More than you think,
Almost like how many fingertips?
I said, 3 fingertips last time. And usually, 3 fingertips. And if you're applying on your body, I usually recommend around a shot glass worth of sunscreen.
All right, well, you know what? Great advice, and now we're ready for summer. Thanks, Krista.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, here's a look outside now at Notre Dame Avenue. Things are moving well in this part of the city. If you see any problems, let us know. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
The gorgeous start to your Monday out there in Winnipeg. 15 degrees, couple speckles of clouds, but for the most part clear. Winds are light, pressure rising, humidity at 71%. Welcome back. We have a gorgeous sunny day ahead for us here in Winnipeg and much of the province, but I don't want to brag too much because as you can see on our radar, we've got a rather large disturbance rolling into the southwest, bringing a very good chance of some rainfall and thunderstorm activity, to the point that Environment and Climate Change Canada has issued a special weather statement for the areas in gray. Brandon, Portage La Prairie, Riding Mountain National Park, all included. The weather agency warns about 10 to 40 millimeters could be coming your way between today and tomorrow, alongside some thunderstorm possibility as well. This will likely be upgraded to a rainfall warning throughout the day, so keep your eyes peeled. But a different story to the northeast. If anyone has bragging rights, it's areas here, because look how lovely and clear, and finally temperatures similar to what's typical for this time of year. 22 degrees in Thompson, 21 in Gillam, chillier in Churchill at 13, Island Lake at 21. More of a mix of sun and cloud in the northwest, but lovely highs. 21 in Opaskwayak, Equity Nation, The Paw, and Flin Flon. Even warmer in Norway House and Lynn Lake at 23 and 22 respectively. And then this is the region likely to see the action today. Temperatures there in the mid to upper teens with that rainfall and thunderstorms. Well, we'll be dealing with a mix of sun and cloud, light winds, highs in the low 20s. Very similar to what they have going on in northwestern Ontario. Lots of sunshine, highs in the low 20s. Overnight, couple clouds for us, actually mainly cloudy. Temperatures dipping down to 13. And tomorrow, that same system likely to impact us as well, to the tune of 10 to 20 millimeters of rain, thunderstorm, and a high of 17 degrees.
Thank you, Catherine. Time to see our sports team moment now. These are the under-9 Fisher Branch Flyers from Arborg. Sarah says they always have smiles on their faces, support each other, and even if they only score a few goals each game, they cheer like they won the biggest game of their lives. So proud of them. Thank you for sharing with us, Sarah. To participate in this contest, tell us your most memorable fun team moment, attach a picture, and you will be entered the draw to win a $100 Chicken Chef gift card with draws every week. Head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form with your answer and your picture. Good luck.
Your Manitoba Sports Team Moment brought to you by Chicken Chef, where memories are made.
This might be my favorite place in the garden center simply because of the color and the way it makes you feel when you're here. Carla's joining me again from St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center. What are we learning now, Carla?
Well, we were joking around and we were talking about pinching. And okay, I'll pinch you, but deadheading. And deadheading is...
We won't do that either to me.
No. Deadheading is sort of the terminology of how do I maintain my plants so that they keep growing all season? And we want to encourage you because, the number one thing that I always get is after a few weeks when people come back, they'll look at it because they like to visit us and they go, how come my flowers aren't as big as when I bought them? Aha. 2 questions. You have to make sure you're watering well, right? Keep this consistency on the watering.
Yeah.
And another one is, are you feeding your plants? Just like you need to feed yourself energy and food and nutrients, your trees need it too, but your flowers,
for them.
because they're giving you so much of the portion. But the other hint of it is the deadheading portion of it. Now, on geraniums and that, where you're seeing the deadheading, you can see how one flower here is completely finished, right? And what we want to do is, geraniums are really easy. You follow them back to the main stem, and maybe if I can open it up here, Kenny can show you. We follow it right back to the stem on the basis of it. You follow where the flowers is, and you just give it a little bit of a snap and a twist on the bottom. It comes off. There's a little piece that I left, so I'm going to go right down to the end. And if I leave this portion of it, sorry, I snapped it earlier, because if I left this stem of that portion still existing, the plant knows to remove it. So what they'll do is you'll end up with these little wooden sticks everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we want to remove, and it depends on where you are. Like some of them are half finished, but it still gives you that concept that there's a lot of blooms. But specifically with geraniums and other plants, you can see where the plant is growing. I call it sort of the lead growth that's on here. So if we start back here, I'm going to follow my finger, and you can see where it continually goes to almost like a straight driving line. This is where the next branch of growth is going to be. So on 1/3 of the plant, I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to pinch it back, and you'll see where it's cut off. Basically, I'm saying I don't want you to grow longer. I want you to start filling up and creating more branches below.
Because then you'll have like a wonky looking one?
Well, if
you let it go too long.
Yes, it will go wonky, but what also happens is all this growth is going to get heavy weighted, and all of a sudden they collapse or they open up in the core. So we don't want that. Now, on something like this where it's all mass that's on through it, you're going to say, how do I take out? Well, 1/3 of it should come out, and so on 1/3 of it, I might just lightly go along, and again, follow those leads, and take 1/3 of some of the tips off to remove it. It just causes it to be nice and bushy and full. Now, what you should be feeding it with is, there's annual and perennial food, which is a granular food fertilizer that you can put in. There's a slow release fertilizer, which is good, but again, keep up with the liquid feed, because you're going to see that it's absolutely wonderful to keep it blooming all summer.
See, we need breakfast, and so do our flowers.
Get Growing is brought to you by St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center. Get a lush yard and garden thanks to expert advice from gardening professionals.
Here's a look now at the current traffic situation along Provencher Bridge. Things are moving quite nicely in this part of the city starting off this Monday morning. Let's look now at your gas prices. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.52. It was $1.55 Friday, and the lowest price in the city is $1.42. All this information is on gasbuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
It's time now for your answers to our question of the day. We wanted to know, what are your summer plans? Sandy shared, my summer plans include a deck that requires a re-stain, a garden that needs weeding, along with my lawn chair in the shade, and a pile of books that are calling my name. I agree. I like that idea. Traveling Manitoba, says Susan. Today's plans on taking advantage of the warm weather to go kayaking, camping, and hopefully take in a few cultural events. Marlene plans to sit on her balcony and to go on many nature road trips. Greg shared, light traveling around Manitoba with my wife's band, Mercy Brown. Unc D says, this summer I plan on trying to stop the stigma on mental health. Mental health matters. Thank you, Unc D. Phoebe and Felicity are going to see their family in BC and swim in the ocean. Sounds lovely. And for Kathy, it's a staycation. Visit as many local parks, patios, and festivals as possible. Thank you so much for your responses.
Question of the day, brought to you by Provivo, Manitoba's #1 cool sculpting clinic, science-backed body contouring.
Let's go back now to the Pioneer Village Museum in Beausejour, where Ainsley McPhail is live. There's going to be a tractor pull there soon. Ainsley, are you going to have your hand at it?
Oh, I said, how many people are doing the tractor pull? He said last year they had 25. I said, wow. I don't even know, how could I know 25 people with tractors, let alone participate? But that is an incredible endeavor. I want to do a bit of a corrections corner as well, because in the last segment I said it was the 4th of July. Everyone in Beausejour is going, boo. No, it's the 1st of July that they're doing the pancake breakfast. So my apologies on that. You got to come in and get your free pancakes. Brad is joining us once again. This is your favorite place. These are your summer plans.
Yes, this is definitely my summer plan. With being the chair here at the museum, I'm here probably some days more than I should be, but growing up, coming here with my grandfather and stuff, as a kid, I just, was always attracted to tractors and stuff like that. So this was kind of a second home in such a way, right, to come here. And then he got me suckered into volunteer and stuff. And now I'm hook, line, and sinker, as everyone says. I can't leave from what they're saying. So, but no, it's a great place to come, especially if you're into kind of some older stuff and everything. And even if you're not coming, kind of check out the history of the grounds here and the area of Beausejour and Brokenhead. And hopefully everyone gets to enjoy themselves and come and take part in some of our events, like our July 1st pancake breakfast, our tractor pull on July 11th, our Heritage Day event where we have bread baking in our clay ovens, we have a threshing demonstration, we have music, bands, Ukrainian dancing, Polish dancing, all types of stuff like that. Kind of, bring out your family and kids and stuff like that, and kind of take in that day, kind of see how some stuff was done back in the day, and hopefully everyone enjoys themselves and want to keep coming back.
And each year it's growing. How does that make you feel?
It feels really good, actually. With how society is, with all the technology and stuff. This isn't really how kids were when I grew up and stuff. Everyone, still played outside and stuff like that. Not saying no one does now. It's just you don't see that as much as you used to, right? So, kind of being here and having people come out and take a peek and have this place slowly keep growing over the years is great, because I know I said earlier in the morning, once this history is gone, it's gone. So
thank you so much. As a kid, I was out in the field tractoring.
Thank you, Ainsley. Let's go into the rooftop now. The sun is shining, but soon the rain will start.
Yeah, that's right. Ominous, Rochelle, but accurate, yes. So for us here in Winnipeg, we're going to be staying dry today. Different story to the southwest, but more on that in a moment. Because here in Winnipeg, wow, it's lovely out here. 15 degrees, lots of sunshine, light winds, pressure on the rise, humidity at 71%. So yes, I'm going to start in the southwest because, yes, that's the area with kind of the most concern. There's a special weather statement in effect issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada yesterday, warning that a system moving in from Saskatchewan could be bringing 10 to 40 millimeters of rainfall by the time Tuesday rolls around, likely to begin this morning, and then, yes, wrapping up on Tuesday. Areas affected so far are Brandon, Portage La Prairie, Riding Mountain National Park, McCreary, Headingley. There's tons. Look for those to be expanded and upgraded to rainfall warnings. So that's what's on tap for you today, with highs in the mid to upper teens, while the rest of us, lots of sunshine, maybe a mix of sun and cloud for us, highs in the low 20s. But then that same system to the southwest moves into our skies into tomorrow. Well, we'll get clouds overnight here in Winnipeg and the Red River Valley. Rain tomorrow, 10 to 20 millimeters worth could be coming our way. So we too will need our umbrellas. Alrighty, I'm going to go inside, take a little break from the sun, but stay with us. We've got so much more CTV Your Morning Winnipeg still to come. Don't go anywhere.
Weather is brought to you by Garage Masters, your complete garage specialists.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Beyond words, now to actions. That was the message of the day as Canadian Forces Base Winnipeg hosted its first ever Indigenous Reconciliation Gathering. The event was in partnership with several Indigenous organizations, including Southern Chiefs Organization, the Manitoba Métis Federation, and the Manitoba Inuit Association. Live music, Indigenous vendors, and the Forces displays were there to bridge the military and Indigenous communities. Several Indigenous members and veterans of the Forces were also there. Deputy Wing Commander Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Van Tyne says he hopes to bring reconciliation into action.
We're hoping that people will see that we are serious about it, we're committed. A large portion of, I think, what we believe is that you show commitment through actions, not just words. So this is our actions and our commitment that we are committed towards reconciliation, and we take the 94 calls to action very seriously, and this is how we're trying to get after call to action 57.
Tyne said the event was initially planned for 2025 but had to be postponed due to wildfires. He thanked the 200 volunteers who worked on the event. Yesterday was summer solstice, the longest day of the year, and it was also a day to celebrate the giraffe. World Giraffe Day is an annual event held to raise awareness and critical funds for conservation. It's hosted by the Giraffe Conservation Foundation to highlight the significant challenges giraffes face in the wild. It's also celebrated at zoos around the world, including the one in Toronto. Having a good page turner while sitting on the beach is a favorite pastime for many avid readers. Whether you're into romance, fantasy, or even a fun mystery, a good beach read is a must this summer. And joining us now with ideas on some great summer reads is Angela Torkelson from McNally Robinson Bookseller. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, we love having you. We love seeing what books are trending, and you brought a whole bunch this morning, a little bit of everything for everybody. Why?
Exactly.
Why is a book so good on a beach?
Oh, it's the best time of year. We wait all year to have those few days of sun where you can sit and curl up with a book and just relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting, for me, it's such a weird thing, but I love getting sand in my book. I know that it's been a good read when you have that sort of experience.
Sand, a little water ripple,
yeah. Some tears.
Exactly, yes.
All right, so you brought a few different options for us here, a little bit of everything for any kind of reader, right?
Exactly, yeah.
What did you bring?
Okay, so the first book I brought was Yesteryear.
Everybody's talking about
this.
It's
probably the best-selling book in the world right now.
Really?
It sort of talks about this young woman who has become a trad wife influencer, but it really, it has its funny moments, but it stares down the lens of like social media and how easy it is to lose track of what's real.
And so if someone's not clear, what's a trad wife?
A trad wife is a term for a traditional wife who goes back to like traditional values from hundreds of years ago.
But she goes back.
She does go back. Or does she? There's a twist.
Okay, I love that. And it is very popular. A lot of people are reading about it. Okay, and then if you want a romance, Our Perfect Storm is a perfect romance for you. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in the story.
So Carly Fortune is the queen of romance here in Canada. She is the perfect summer read. Everything is always set outside. Great destinations. This is a friends to lovers reconciliation while working through, you know, old wounds, but set against the backdrop of Tofino. So there's some whales and some surfing, and it just sweeps you away. If you want spicy romance, you can't do better than Carly Fortune.
And Carly's really well known for her books turning into actual films.
Absolutely, yeah, they're starting to be picked up and filmed.
Okay, and so then if that's what you're looking for, a little bit of romance, that sounds like a fun time. Okay, Valérie Perrin, it's called Tata. Tell us a little bit about this story.
Tata is aunt in France, and this is her first delve into sort of more of a mystery. It's based upon a woman who receives a phone call late one evening that her aunt has died. Only 3 years ago, she buried her aunt. So this uncovers long buried family secrets, a lot of intrigue, some local drama, and has a strong soccer element too, so kind of perfect for a summer where we're celebrating World Cup as well. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a really great adventure. And then Liberty Street.
Liberty Street is historical fiction written by Canadian author Heather Marshall. It's actually ripped from the headlines going all the way back to 1960, where a woman who was a new reporter for Chatelaine magazine infiltrates a female prison to uncover some wrongdoings and gets trapped there. It's definitely a page turner, and if historical fiction is as your kind of book, then it will keep you guessing.
This is also based on some
it's based on a true story. Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting as well. The Caretaker. This is a spooky. If you're into spooky reads, this is a good one.
The Caretaker is perfect if you're sitting outside in the evening and you're looking for something a little more chilling, a little more horror based, set in the woods about a woman who takes a job out of desperation, caring for a cabin, and uncovers some real intrigue there.
Oh my gosh, I'm spooked out just looking at the cover. The Calamity Club. This is the same author who wrote The Help.
This is her first book since 2009, so long awaited, her follow-up to The Help. But 3 women who are living through the Depression and have no one to help them but themselves, and how they come together and create opportunities and chances for themselves to survive with absolutely the entire world against them. It's very emotional, very spellbinding, and you turn every page.
Okay, and if you're a science guy, a space person, this might be the book for you.
If you're looking for a non-fic read that's not so serious, that's a bit more of a fun summer read, or you're sitting outside looking up at the stars, this is Neil deGrasse Tyson's life story about how badly he wants to be abducted by aliens and what he would do if he was. So it's a little silly, but it's, you know, a physicist being silly, so it's smart as well.
Great ideas for the beach. Thank you, Angela.
No problem. Thank you.
There are some days when I'm also looking to leave Earth, so I understand, because, wow, other planets sometimes look favorable to what we got going on here. Maybe in weather terms, sometimes in the winter as well. Beam me up, but not today. Today, I'm not trading places. We have lovely temperatures, 15 degrees clear with some light winds, pressure rising, humidity sitting at 71%. So, yes, while we're dealing with a lovely summer day, a bit of a rainy one unfolding in the southwest. You can see that very large system there moving into areas in and around the parklands, Brandon, Neepawa, Dauphin. In fact, there is a special weather statement in effect in those areas lit up in gray, warning that about 10 to 40 millimeters could be coming your way. We're staying dry for now in Winnipeg. 21 degrees under that mix of sun and cloud. 24 is more what's typical. Winds stay light today and tonight. That's when temperatures dip to 13 and skies cloud over. But tomorrow, we join the fun. 17 degrees, rainy, maybe some thunderstorm activity in there, maybe 10 to 20 millimeters worth by Environment and Climate Change Canada's estimation. The good news is it's short-lived. It tapers off overnight Tuesday, bringing sunshine on Wednesday. We're taking a break. Your videos of the day still to come.
Rooftop arrangements provided by Lacoste Garden Center. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon.
Well, we're going to wrap up this show. It's so hard to tell people's ages these days, so we kick things off with a game of Spot the Teacher. Ooh, this is tough. When teacher is hiding in the student lineup, watch carefully. Did you see her?
Genuinely can't tell.
I can't either. If so, let's see if you are right.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. There she is. Miss Vernell snuck in there looking like one of her students and has already tricked over 8 million people who have watched this video. Wow.
Release the skincare routine, Miss Vernell, because wow, you look like 12 years old.
That's incredible. And then a fisherman in Nantucket got up close and personal with a great white shark. The angler unintentionally reeled in the 9-foot shark while fishing from the beach. Okay. Great white sharks are protected in the U.S. and must be released immediately. When the veteran boat captain realized what it was, he grabbed the shark by the tail and pulled it to the beach to get the hook out of its mouth. He then climbed on its back, removed the hook, and then pushed it out to deeper water. He says his encounter with the great white is something he will never forget. I guess not.
Wow.
That's incredible. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.